fans, to this pre-race show in advance of Round 5 at Talladega. I'll be your host tonight, Alan Vaught, along with Ricky Wittenberg. Tonight's agenda is we're going to go over a little bit of the race review from Miami Homestead, and we're also going to have this opportunity to interview your third-place finisher, Mr. Albert Anderson. So with that, I'd like to welcome Ricky. Hey, Ricky, how you doing this evening?
Good, Alan. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing great, man. We had a very tactical race at Miami Homestead. It was caution-free, which is kind of amazing, but, you know, not uncommon, I guess, for that track, considering the many lines that they have to run there. We did see some difficulties with one of the race leaders at one point, and we'll go over that as we get into the race review. But what were your overall thoughts just leaving that weekend or that particular race?
Yeah, it kind of race like a Miami Homestead race does, where, you know, if you get past that first 20 or 25 laps and it gets spread out, there's a good chance you can go caution-free and play it through a lot of strategies. And that's how that race played out. It was a tough break. I think Trevor Robertson maybe had the class of the field, and his connection blinked out. He had led the most laps, but you know, it was a good race, and it was tied all the way down to the end for the win.
Yes, it was. It really turned into a big brain strategy race once we got into it pretty well, got spread out. Let's go ahead and take a look. We're going to recap this race for the audience to see. It was a 133 lap event, and you'll get to see some of the action, especially involving the number 6 truck of Trevor Robertson and kind of how his night played out. And unfortunately for him, did not go his way. So let's take a quick look at that here on the screen. Some visual shots here of the Miami Homestead Speedway. This is a rectangular shaped track with about 22 degrees of banking in the turns, so these long, fast straightaways lends itself to a good amount of drafting. This track becomes very strategic of which line do you want to run. Do you want to keep your momentum on the high side? Do you want to run the shorter route on the bottom? Then you're kind of chasing the grip as the night goes along and the rubber gets laid down on this track. But it was a night race. It was kind of cool, but still, it came into play as far as heating up the track.
Oh yeah, for sure. It always gets a little slippery at Homestead. I'm sure they appreciated that it was a night race, so they had a little bit more grip. But you've still got to take care of your tires at Miami, and that's always a big deal.
As you can see right there, that was the race start. So we had the 6 truck and the 14 truck of Eaton. He really gave the 6 truck a run for his money at the beginning there. And actually, Ricky, I know that you probably can't see this on your screen, so I'm going to modify that so you can. You should be able to see it now. So
I do see it. Yep.
Okay, perfect. So he's out there. 14 just took off. I thought he was really maybe going to gap the field there for a moment. It was going to come down to him, maybe the 6 truck and our 99 truck there, America's driver, Albert Anderson.
Yeah, those 3 looked to have the class of the field early. Eaton thought he had a very strong truck, but he faded through the race. So I don't know if he just had a great qualifying setup or if he missed the mark a little bit and cooked his tires a little too hard. But he did drop back through the race.
Yeah, he was able to kind of run away with it for the first 9 laps or so. But then, as you see on your screen, at lap 9, we saw the battle for the lead heat up with Robertson. Probably maybe laying back a little bit, staving his tires so that he can make this charge. Ultimately, he was able to, once he got around the 14 truck here, gap the field. Pretty sizable gap there. And I don't know if it was going to be overcome by anybody unless it was through some kind of a strategy play.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. You never know, but Trevor looked strong the whole race. He ran through that entire first run and a pit cycle, and he was maintaining a pretty big lead.
Okay. Hold on one second. We're just going to keep looking at this this replay right here. See if this was his last stop, actually, before he had some technical issues that took him out of this race.
I think he had a power outage that knocked his power out and took him out of contention, and that is a shame because he did definitely have a very good truck. Ran up front the whole race after he got past Dustin Eaton. He was still running out front when he blinked out there.
Yeah, Lori's letting me know that we have some volume control issues, so I'm going to try to work on that real quick for his moment. As you can
While
see
he's
there,
working on that,
go
you
ahead.
can see, you can see Trevor still in the lead there, and he loses connection, as you can see on the broadcast screen. He was dominating the race at that point, lost connection, and it's a tough break for Trevor Robertson there. And that gave the other guys a chance to sneak back into it, though, with no cautions. It looked like Robertson was going to run away with it, and then that kind of puts 3 or 4 other guys all in the mix for the win.
Yeah, and ultimately the 21 truck of Derek Welch was able to bring it home there with John Schoenbachler in second place and your third place finisher, Albert Anderson. Now, we had intended to interview Schoenbachler tonight, but he's out of the country right now, so we hope for safe travels for him. But we do have your third place finisher that we're going to be able to interview for you tonight live, actually. So,
a miracles driver, Albert
99.
Anderson.
Albert Anderson. Let's pull him in here and get to talk to him, Ricky. Hey, Albert, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got me?
Jess, Alan, Ricky, how you guys doing tonight?
Hey, we're doing great, buddy. We had this opportunity to interview you live for the pre-race show and wanted to get you up here and see how you thought your race went at Miami Homestead, and then maybe get your thoughts on tonight's. Looking forward to tonight's race at Talladega.
So first I want to say I don't appreciate being left in the green room all by myself for the last 30 minutes. No food, no drinks, nobody to talk to. We're going to have to work on that. But I'm just messing with you. The Homestead race was excellent. I love Homestead. You know, you really got to drive it. You got to be up on the wheel all night. There's a little bit of strategy that goes into it. The race intensifies towards the end. And luckily, we made good decisions on pit road, and I was able to stay consistent and hit my marks all night and got a third place finish out of it.
Oh, that's great, buddy. We saw that the 6 truck took off there at the beginning. He really kind of gapped the field. I think he had like a 9-second advantage at one point. Did you think he was going to run away with it if it wasn't for those technical difficulties he had?
Oh, absolutely. Trevor was lights out fast from the start of the race until the time he had some technical difficulties. There was no way any of us were going to catch him. He was just, he pulled out away from us by 9 seconds, which is phenomenal. And none of us had anything for him. And I have no doubt that if he didn't have technical issues, he would have won that race.
All right, Ricky, you got some questions for our third place finisher from Miami?
Yeah, I was told to call you Hot Chocolate first of all, so Hot Chocolate. I would like to ask about the Miami race. Did you expect there to be cautions and there wasn't? And it kind of, did you try to take it a little easier than you maybe should have on that first run, or was it just kind of one of those things where it just worked itself out and that's where he was going to be anyway?
I mean, I was getting after it from start to finish. I wasn't trying to save anything, really. I wanted to stay as far ahead of everybody as I possibly could and manage my pit stops well and things like that. And it just worked out at the end. A lot of times, you know, I don't even think about pit road. I just race as hard as I can from start to finish and hope for a good finish. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, buddy. So what do you think tonight? What do you think the strategy is going to be tonight? Try to stay up front and hope to miss the wrecks?
So expectations for me at super speedways are high. My plan is to qualify well. Hopefully I can put it on the pole. At speedways, there's certain drivers that you gotta stay away from. No slight against any of them, and I won't mention any names. But, you know, when you see them moving around a lot or they can't hold the truck on the bottom, they're washing up in the turns, those are the guys you got to try to get away from as soon as possible, either get ahead of them or way behind them. And just make good moves and be smart. Everybody in this league is really, really good on pit stops. So you got to nail your pit stops every time you come in. You got to get in fast. You got to get into your box properly. Make sure everything's checked right and not make any mistakes on pit road, because if you make a mistake on pit road, they will eat you up. You can come in second or third, have a mistake on pit road, and next thing you know, you're coming out at the tail end of the field. So you got to stay focused all night, stay up on the wheel, make good decisions. Hopefully nobody takes you out or you get involved in a wreck, and put yourself in position at the end of the race to win it.
Yeah, I think you've done enough in the draft racing now where you've kind of got a reputation. I think they used to call Dale Jr., Michael Waltrip like the Pied Pipers. A lot of people follow you, and they know that you make the good moves. So does it give you more confidence at the end of the race that if you're in a position, you're going to get a good push from somebody, or that you're going to have a better shot because of the success you've had in the past?
It does. I race people clean, and when a lot of people like racing with me at super speedway. So when I pull out, I'm pretty confident I'm going to be able to bring 2 or 3 drivers with me. I think they're confident in my ability that if they get behind me and push me, I'm going to take the whole line to the front, and I won't hang them out if I don't have to. So usually I can pull out and bring some guys with me. I know who to push and who not to push. There's some drivers that hold the line really straight and you can push them for an extended period of time. And then there's other drivers that are bouncing around a lot that you can't make contact with, because if you do, you're going to turn them. So you got to get out from behind those guys and get behind somebody who can hold the wheel a little more steady, and you can make better progress that way.
Well, hey, Albert, this is going to be the halfway point of this inaugural season of the Speedway Series for Vanquish. You're currently running in the championship in 4th position. So how do you feel about your odds? You got Derek up there in 1st, Mike Adams in 2nd, and Andrew Cawthon ahead of you. How do you think you're going to wash out in the end, buddy?
I feel good about it. We're racing some tracks that I'm fast at. The first race of the season, I got wrecked out early and had to park it, and that put me behind the ball. So I'm hoping to get some good finishes, and I can leapfrog a couple guys ahead of me, and be in a good position at the end of the season to win the championship.
Well, that's going to be, I want to see that. I want to see that's probably going to start tonight if you're going to make a run at the championship. We're only, like I said, this is now going to be the halfway point. So there's another whole half season. In the event that you're not actually knocked out of another race, you're probably in pretty good standing to be able to pull this one off.
Yeah, I mean, as long as no one makes any crazy moves and we can race clean, I'm confident I can get to the front. But all it takes is one guy to make a bad decision, and your night's over. You get collected in a big wreck, you have too much damage to get it repaired, and your night's over. So, like I said before, you got to try to stay up front, stay away from certain drivers, and hope for the best.
Yeah, and so a little bit of intel for you. I don't know if you know who dimed you out on your nickname there, but I'm looking in the chat if you're not watching live, and it was Lori, the administrator, who dimed you out on that. Don't know if you if that's what you go by normally, but that's the person who dimed you out.
Yeah, Lori, I love her to death, and she can be crafty sometimes. She's just a phenomenal person. She's a great human being. She has an awesome personality. And, her and I can joke back and forth with each other. I like to refer to her as Cabbage Head or Mrs. Cabbage Head. And she that's something new. So, next time we talk to her, call her Cabbage Head. And and we'll see where that goes.
All right, buddy. I'll have to get the backstory on that one later on. Ricky, you got any final thoughts for Mr. Anderson here?
Good luck tonight, Albert. I know you'll probably be up front, and we'll definitely be watching you.
I appreciate you guys, Jess, Alan, Ricky. I'm looking forward to rewatching the broadcast, and I hope we can put on a hell of a show for you guys tonight.
All right, buddy. Well, good luck to you, and we'll see you on the track.
Thanks, guys.
All right, that was last week's 3rd place finisher, Mr. Albert Anderson. Actually, that's 2 weeks in a row there, Ricky, that he was on the podium. I think we had 2 weeks of the same podium finishers, just in a different order, actually.
Yeah. This week might be a little bit different. You never know at Talladega because it's such a wild card. But I would not count Albert out of being one of those top 3 drivers.
Yeah, for sure. And as we move on with this, I did discuss the fact that we have, this championship. This is a straight points championship for the Vanquish Series, and they do have, counting tonight, 6 more races to determine who that's going to be. But over in our primary league, I just want to touch on it for a minute for the VRL series on Wednesday night truck series. They go by the NASCAR Cup schedule, and it's divided into 2 seasons, and they're right in the middle of their 6-week, 6-race championship, and now they're down to the final 4 for these last 3 races. It's going to be a good finish, but you got got Tim Pope in there. I'm part of the final 4. Also, my son Kyle Vaught. I just kind of wanted to give him his props tonight. That man actually was the last to qualify to get into the championship series of 12. He came from last position to be able to make the final 4. I think that's quite an achievement. Then you also have Mr. Dustin Eaton in 14. The 14 truck. So it's going to come down to a nail biter, I think. As long as those trucks stay out of trouble, I think we're going to go into the last race not knowing who the champion is.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to come all the way down to it, and I've got to give Kyle his flowers too, because he's on my team, so I'm going to brag on him. But he's done everything that we ask him to do. He's always listening, and I'm not always the best crew chief. As he'll say the other night, I almost had him not get tires at the end because I thought there was 30 more laps instead of 10 more laps, but he listened. Josh Bittner was able to save me there, and but Kyle, he's smart. He stays out of trouble, and he has made the final 4 in Vigilante, which is a huge accomplishment. I mean, most of us haven't made the final 4, and I really look forward to these last 3 races. I know that all of you guys, especially you and Eaton, will be hard to beat at the road course. Pope's, he's strong everywhere. And Kyle is smart enough to stay in it at the road course and just try to hopefully get a decent finish and then try to make some points up those last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, he's a pretty good young man. I would say maybe he speaks to his parents. I don't know. We'll have to ask Lori about that one. But yeah, no, I'm real proud of him. I'm glad he was able to make it. He's probably not going to be able to race with us for the next couple of seasons because he has some professional development he's got to get into some very intense courses in his career field. But he promises to return and race with us again once he finishes that up. But it might be a few seasons, maybe even up to 2 years. We hate to lose him that long. Maybe we can get that shortened up a little bit. But I appreciate you guys on his Ain't Dead Yet team supporting him. He raves about that and how much you guys have taught him. Clearly, you've taught him too much because he's up there competing with me. I don't know if I like that, Ricky.
Well, he's beating me every week too, so I'm not sure. I would say I don't like that, but since he's on my team, that's okay.
That's great. So, well, folks, we're going to be going live here for tonight's event at Talladega. We got about 20 minutes to go here. We do have a little bit of a truncated pre-race show, as I mentioned, because we didn't have our second place finisher of John Schoenbachler to interview tonight, but we're hoping the best for him on his travels. Be safe out there. A lot of craziness in the world. And to everyone out there, be safe and wherever you are, whatever you're doing this weekend and into next week's holiday. But with that, Ricky, we're going to go ahead and head over to a little bit of a hype video as we get ready to go into the main broadcast.
Good deal. Looking forward to it.
All right, buddy.
This is VRN, your trusted leader in e-motorsports.
Reckon.
I have no clue where I'm really supposed to be.
Going around to the stripe. Turn one.
Wrecking.
We're stopping for a wreck.
Incredible parking. Sorry, I was blind.
Wreck. Pick up.
One stretch.
What you doing, man? I'll be on the apron.
Lori, can I have a black flag, please?
It's Bristol, baby.
Wrecking.
Wrecking. I have no clue where I'm really supposed to be.
Going around to the stripe. Turn one.
Wrecking.
We're stopping for a wreck.
Incredible parking. Sorry, I was blind.
Wreck. Check up. One stretch.
What you doing, man?
I'll be on the apron.
Lori, can I have a black flag cleared?
It's Bristol, baby.
Reckon.
Reckon.
I have no clue where I'm really supposed to be.
Going around to the stripe. Turn one.
Reckon. We're stopping for a wreck. Incredible parking. Sorry, I was blind.
Wreck. Check up. One stretch. What you doing, man? I'll be on the apron.
Lori, can I have a black flag, please?
It's Bristol, baby. Reckon.
I have no clue where I'm really supposed to be.
Going around to the straight. Turn one.
Wrecking.
This is VRN, your trusted leader in e-motorsports.
In a world filled with adversaries, one man wades through the pack to claim glory. Albert Anderson, America's driver and season 7's winningest competitor.
I got full because I was going to get America.
What the hell?
Good win, Albert. Good win.
Boy, Albert, good win, dude.
Hell yeah, that was sweet, dude.
Damn, Albert. Good job, buddy. That was freaking close.
Good job, Albert.
We're still doing no 3 wide on the Raceway track.
That's right, no 3 wide for the first lap.
He did.
That was going to be a hell of a drag race coming off the board.
Job, Albert. Good win again.
You bringing home another trophy, baby?
Yep, clear off another spot.
I got you, boo.
This is VRN, your trusted leader in e-motorsports.
Welcome back, VRN fans. Tonight, Talladega Superspeedway sets the stage for a high-speed showdown in the 5th round of the Vigilante Vanquish Series. As drivers roll onto the massive 2.66-mile oval, they'll need skill, strategy, and a bit of luck to master the draft and avoid disaster in the pack racing chaos. With VRN delivering every pulse-pounding moment, fans can expect intense battles, breathtaking overtakes, and the ever-looming threat of the big one. Whether you're watching from the stands or tuning in at home, buckle up. Talladega is about to put on a show that only this legendary track can provide. Let's go racing.
Well, welcome back, Vigilante Vanquish fans. We are about to go racing here at Talladega Superspeedway. I'm your host, Alan Vaughn, along with Ricky Wittenberg, and we're excited to get going here tonight at this 2.66 mile venue with 33 degrees of banking, and banking even in the trial over there, Ricky, of 16.5 degrees. This is an incredibly fast track, the longest one on the NASCAR schedule. How are you feeling about tonight?
I'm really looking forward to it. It's Friday the 13th. It's one of those nights where everything gets a little weird. Talladega's already weird enough. And, it's going to be a top pack race the entire show. So it definitely should be interesting tonight to see if anybody can knock Albert Anderson off the super speedway pedals.
As you can see, the competitors are now on the track qualifying for this event. We have just over 20 drivers here tonight. A little bit of a short field, but we expect it to be pretty intense driving. And we're going to get action as we get ready to go racing with the 13 truck of Andy Player. Is his birthday. I don't think he's expecting us to pull him up, but if I can find him here, Ricky, I think it'd be a good surprise. Also, you mentioned me earlier, which I had not thought about, it is Friday the 13th as well.
Yeah, Friday the 13th. He should recognize. I doubt that he's superstitious.
Let me see if I can find him and pull him up for a quick interview. There he is right there. Hey, Mr. Andy Player, it's Alan, Ricky in the booth. You got us, buddy?
Hey, how you doing tonight?
Hey, I know you weren't expecting this, but we thought we'd get a quick word with you before this event kicks off. Seeing that it's your birthday, you're driving a 13 truck, and it's Friday the 13th. How do you feel about all that? Is it going to be your lucky night?
I'm starting in the back tonight. I got a service penalty from Kyle at Atlanta, so but if any place you're going to start in the back, seems like it's kind of a little bit smaller field tonight, so hopefully a little less chaos and craziness on Friday the 13th, and hopefully we'll come to at the end of this thing.
Hey, Ricky, what do you got for the lucky number 13 here?
Yeah, so Andy, I mean, are you superstitious, or you just kind of...
I roll with it. It doesn't bother me at all. 13's been my lucky number for as long as I can remember, so I was happy when I was able to kind of switch over to the 13 truck in the VRL league, so it doesn't bother me at all. I like it.
All right, so just no green truck.
Oh no, I love green color.
Okay. So you've checked all the non-superstition boxes. So, I mean, we wanted to pull you up and wish you a happy birthday. Hope you had a good one. I'm sure you're like 25 or 26 now. So
Yeah,
right in the prime of your life.
And I got a black kitty cat too, so he'd probably come visit me at the end of this race.
He does have all the blocks checked, Ricky.
Yeah, just if we had a full moon tonight, I mean, it would be a slam dunk for you.
Yeah,
That's right.
Odds makers in Vegas are putting their money on you. Man, it's incredible. Don't let them downplay the green truck, man. I like green. That works for me.
I hear you.
We'll have to
Only
convince
somebody
Lloyd.
else in the league liked it.
Right, exactly. The one that matters.
That's right.
But hey, man, who's your biggest competition out there tonight? Who you thinking? Oh man, it's going to be hard to beat them.
Albert's always tough here. I don't know if Albert's in here. He's tough. Mike's tough. Mr. Osborne, who's coming off a win from earlier in the week, and of course my teammates. Mr. Eaton, he's always a force to be reckoned with out here too. So there's a lot of good guys out here that you never know, and we'll see how the night plays out.
Yeah, for sure. Well, hey, buddy, here's wishing you a lot of luck here on Friday the 13th in the 13 truck. And we'll talk to you later. If not, by the end of the race on the podium, we also do in-race interviews, but hopefully it'll be for good things and nothing unlucky.
Hopefully so.
All right, we'll talk to you.
All right, have a good night.
You too. That was your number 13 competitor, Andy Player. He's racing out of Connecticut. We'll see later. Where's he racing out of, Ricky? Or New Hampshire. New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. I believe he's in New Hampshire.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like they're wrapping it. Right now, your current top of the pylon there is the 99 truck. And we had an opportunity to visit with Mr. Anderson in the pre-race show at 55.13. That is a fast lap. However, you got Mr. Eaton there in the 14, just 0.03 of a second behind him, followed by 53 of Burke, the 123 of John Gallagher, and the fifth place, number 10 truck of Andy Cawthon.
We got to see if Nick Tucker just got word that his power went out. He's lost power, so he's dropped connection for the moment. Hopefully he can make it back. Derek Welch, his internet's down. He's not going to be able to make it tonight. You said he was the points leader. Is that correct?
He is the points leader. That is going to, and this is a straight points league with no drop weeks. That is definitely going to impact his run for the championship.
Yeah, Tucker was able to just reconnect, so even if he doesn't get to qualify, he made it back in. So some guys having it is Friday the 13th, guys having some issues.
Yeah, for sure. And as we're sitting here, I'll take this opportunity to show you guys some of the driver cams we got going on here tonight. This is on board here with Mr. Kelly Kill. He is racing out of Wisconsin. We did have, as you mentioned, Nick Tucker. We had a driver cam for him. We were going to have 5 total onboard cameras tonight. We'll see if he's able to get back in here. But we do have number 8 of Colin Decker, number 10 of Andrew Cawthon, and you're looking at the 01 of Kelly Kill, and number 29 of Dave Mayberry, an associate that he's trying to, I guess, get them comfortable at the moment. Let's take a look at Dave while we're waiting for this race to get started here. He's working on getting his associate in the right position here, it looks like. You think she's giving him advice on the race?
Yeah, the crew chief giving advice to Mr. Mayberry there. They don't call him the mouth for nothing.
No doubt. We'll switch over to another driver cam here, and this is Andrew Cawthon. He's not sitting there at the moment, but this is going to be the view over the right-hand shoulder for Mr. Cawthon. Nice setup there, 3-screen, triple screen setup. Should be able to see a lot on the track. And then we'll move over to Mr. Colin Decker. Looks like he's in a little bit of pre-race communication there, maybe getting some tips on the phone before we go live here. And
He's
that's it for right
Mayberry
now.
Spotter.
Talking to Mayberry Spotter. Here you go. Give us a wave, Colin, if you can see us. We're a little bit of a delay here. We have a 15, 20-second delay, so he may not see us in time before we switch over. He's waiting to get gridded up here. You can see it looks like Kelly is still on the track. See if we can get a look at Mr. Gill.
The Papa Anderson has joined us in the chat. So I know who he's cheering for tonight, the 99.
Oh, are you sure it wasn't going to be the 01? I thought he was just pulling for Kelly. Honestly, him and Kelly are probably going to link up. That'll be a tough combo to beat.
Yeah, one good thing, I mean, the one thing I say good thing is, you know, we do have a lighter field, but you can look all the way through the field, and I legitimately think pretty much everybody in here could win this race. We didn't even touch on Jeremiah Burke, who's always aggressive and good at play tracks. Mayberry's got a lot better at play tracks. Chris Klein up front a lot. So it's Gallagher. I mean, you've got all these guys that can run good. Chris Gones. Yeah, I mean, everybody in this field has a chance to win, especially at Talladega, which is a great equalizer.
It looks like you have Chris Gones actually coming off the track right now, finishing up his qualifying effort. Currently in the 7th position. Look how tight this field is, Ricky. If you look at the times, they're hundredths of a second off, all the way down through 9th position before you get to a 10th off. That is incredibly close.
Yeah, especially at Talladega. I mean, you are holding it wide open, but there's so many nuances to trying to run the perfect lap and not scrub too much speed and carry just enough momentum and not turn the wheel more than you have to. There's so many. It might seem like you just go out there and hold it to the floor on a qualifying lap at Talladega, or Daytona, but it's definitely a acquired skill to run up front and consistently qualify in the top 2 or 3. But I mean, even the guys like you said that qualified 10th and 11th, they're only a 10th, not even a 10th off. So they were right there. That's how close it is.
And this is all without the draft. So everybody is running very good lines on this track. I mean, you mentioned it's just maybe a slight twitch of the steering wheel when they hit a bump that's a little bit different is making the difference in how they qualify here. It's just so incredibly close now. And these guys race so often with each other as we're getting ready to go live here, Ricky. First place, Albert Anderson got the pole tonight with second place, Dustin Eaton on the outside road there. Jeremiah Burke third. Mike Adamson in 4th. John Gallagher 5th. Kelly Kill in 6th. Chris Gones 7th. Andrew Koth in 8th. Jonathan Osborne 9th. And Justin Brown in 10th.
You got Colin Decker in 11th, Dave Mayberry's 12th. You got Tom Barish 13th, Jesse Graham in 14th, Andy Player, birthday boy 15th, Chris Klein 16th, Justin Lawson 17th, Paul Durkee, Nick Tucker 19th, Trevor Robertson, don't think he's made it back. Tucker dropped again, so we may have to start with 18. It looks like we've got a couple of guys having some issues.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's kind of, we were talking earlier in the week how we hope that iRacing never brings in blown tires and they do have blown engines, but not just for no reason. You have to overheat it because we already have some kind of monkeys and, something grinding our gears on occasion with these connection issues that drivers have. We think that already simulates the unlucky blown tire or something that would put you out of a race.
Yeah, I don't think iRacing, if they put that in where there's random, mechanical failures or tire failures, I think it's going to be where, hopefully it'll be where you can turn it off or on.
So a little bit of the environmentals tonight. It is 79 degrees Fahrenheit for your ambient temperature here. Humidity is at 63%. We are partly cloudy with a sizable wind, Ricky, at 12 miles per hour. Don't know which way that's blowing at the moment. I have to take a look. You might have that on your screen if that's going to affect them with either a head or a tailwind down one of these straightaways.
Yeah, it looks like it's kind of maybe southwest wind, 10 to 12 miles an hour is what it looks like. And like you said, 63% humidity. It's not going to choke the engines down too much. The track temperature dropped about 10 degrees since practice, so the track temp's going to be good. They're going to be, those motors are going to be singing.
Yeah, it's just going to be, there's 80 laps here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be about 212 miles of action. Hopefully we get mostly green here. They are limited to 70% fuel, 13.1 gallons. Fuel window estimated between 27 to like 31 laps. Now that's going to be highly dependent on where you're running. If you're out front pushing the air and breaking the wind for everyone, you're going to get less gas mileage, and others can be running either part throttle, even up to half throttle at times, and saving fuel. They do have one fast repair should they get caught up in a mess tonight. The incident limit's 25 and 6. And I don't remember if we previously mentioned it. I know we talked about it in the pre-race show, Ricky, but first place currently is Derek Welch, who was unfortunately not able to make it into the sim tonight due to internet connection issues or power issues. That he's your first place driver in the championship for this series. Mike Adamson, he is here tonight. He's in second, so this is a great opportunity for him to capitalize. He's currently in that fourth position starting here. Andrew Cawthon's third. Fourth place right now is Albert Anderson, with fifth place being Jonathan Osborne for this championship. But who do you like for this, Ricky? Who do you think's going to come out on top in another 6 races, including tonight?
For tonight, let me. I mean, it's always hard to go against Albert Anderson, but I'll pick the birthday boy. I'll take Andy Player for the win, Kelly Kill for place, and we'll say John Gallagher to show.
Here we go. We're under green. First lap. Let's see if we can get a clean lap here. Get
Green flag, green flag.
Very tightly packed field. Nice, a little bit of a jump for Mr. Anderson there in that bottom line. Looks like top line looks more organized, but they are not. They don't have the momentum right now. With Burke out there pushing Anderson into turns 1 and 2 in the 53 truck.
Burke's going to stay glued to Albert. I would think the teammates work together really well. There's no reason to race this early in the race, so more than likely just going to push and try to keep the 99 50 times truck out front.
Start here. These guys are very, very good at these tracks. We've raced for the last 5 years. Most of the members of this, and we got some newcomers, but they've fallen into the rhythm of this league and the way that they race each other. That does not to say that we don't get out of hand from time to time. Ladies and gentlemen, we certainly do in the later stages of races when everyone's trying to get that last inch. And to win this league, it takes the last inch. You're not going to give it by hand in the past. It's just the competitiveness of these drivers and how good all of them are. As a 14, you see chance for a 14 drops down in front of the 99 Country Time Eliminated truck.
Yeah, you know, like I said, everybody wants to run with Albert Anderson, and they all know he's got one teammate, I think, out there tonight, and that would be Andy Player, but he's at the back right now, so your friends or whoever you're around.
For sure, and already we got the 01 up there, second now outside line behind. He has one of the and just seems to understand airflow and where to get the runs at. And everybody knows. I hate to say it, a Pied Piper kind of reference. Maybe you mentioned in the previous show of
Mike Adamson knows how to draft really well. He kind of reminds me of really draft well, always ready.
Similar looking paint scheme to the 88, and there's good reason for that, ladies and gentlemen, because they are teammates. So that makes perfect sense. I don't know who else is on that team right offhand, but the 10 and the 88 truck definitely teammates. The 29 truck is his teammate in this race tonight. And where is he currently running? Let's see. Dave is currently running the 14th position. This is good sign, a good omen. 5 laps into this race event, Ricky, and we don't already have a massive pilot. It seems like there's
yeah, they seem to be trying to just be careful. You got running at the back of this pack, but they're both still in the ground. A think some guys have the mentality to stay at the back, try to stay in touch with the lead pack and stay at the back, and then other guys. If you got Anderson, Adamson, Kelly Kill, those guys are in front, but they all can't be ready.
At the same time, you see the 14 make a nice aggressive move to the outside, just up in front of the other one. Go to the back of the field, Ricky, as you mentioned. We're on board with Nick Tucker. No, absolutely, he is not reconnected, unfortunately, or is Trevor. But now
Those
we're
two both
on
had
board.
connection issues.
Yeah, unfortunately for them. Now we're on board with 31 truck Paul Durkee, and as you mentioned, it does appear that he's just maintaining a safe distance, ensuring that he's going to have a truck with straight fenders by the end of this event. One thing you are in danger of by doing this, but as long as you manage it, you'll be fine, is losing the draft. That's what you just can't fall too far back. I think if you get much beyond half a second, certainly a second, I think, Ricky, you're starting to lose that draft.
Yeah, you're getting in trouble once you get more than a second behind. And just a housekeeping note, Papa Anderson says the engine noise are kind of drowning us out just a little bit here in the booth. We may have it cranked up a little too loud.
A little too loud. This sounds good. Well, Papa Anderson, I will try to rectify it. You let us know if it's correct here in just a moment.
I like you here. We also like you here.
That's right. You should hear a difference now, Bob Anderson. Let us know in the chat there if this is better for your balance, of sound between Ricky and I and the broadcast iRacing.
And Jillian's also in the chat. Yelling, making a lucky Friday the 13th. He's doing pretty good right now. Got that 0-1 out front.
Okay, we're going to continue our cruise through the field here. Ricky, you're on board, like I said, right now. You're on board with Mr. Durkee. I'm going to actually go to this one. On board with Paul Durkee. And we're going to cruise forward here. It's your Tom Harrison, the 55 truck, racing out of Gulf Coast, Mississippi. He's down 2 positions from where he started, currently running the 15th position. And there's the birthday boy, Andy Player. Did he change up his paint scheme on the side? Actually, I just moved too far back, maybe. The camera, let's go to the... There he is.
Looks like some of the Friday the 13th magic maybe rubbing off. He's got number 18 on tonight instead of 13. I think he's misnumbered his trip.
Yeah, maybe it's from a different league. I noticed a lot of these guys run different leagues on other nights, and perhaps that's what happened to him. But this far camera so far back that I'm actually catching. Let's go on the top of this truck here. He's number 18. He's set up. He's normally the 13 truck, and he's a 13 truck with an iRacing, so I'm sure that was that way. So we're looking at Andy Player going on with Chris Gomes in the 12th position, 38 truck. He's down 5 from where he started the night. But I'm sure Chris is always in the hunt, racing on a sharp. I expect he's probably just racing conservative like most seem to be, as we're coming to 10 laps complete out of the 80-lap event.
Oh, Wreck-Up Front eating upside down on the front stretch.
That is not good.
It's almost a blowover. I guess the roof flap saved him there. I don't know how hard he hit the wall. Maybe he won't have to use a fast repair, but he clipped the outside wall good. So he may have to use his fast repair.
We'll take a look here. See what happened to Mr. Eaton. Let me take a
No, he
look
may have got away with that.
Look from the chopper. That's incredible. He did touch that outside wall, but I don't think it was hard enough to blow his engine.
No, and he hit it with the back. He hit it with the back end, and he was hit again in the back end. So, don't know how damaged his truck is.
Oh, this looks like a side draft gone wrong. As the 10 comes down to side draft the 14. Just a little too much. Trying to get that outside line, some momentum, get up there and compete. That is so unfortunate.
Yeah, lucky, nobody else really got in. I think maybe Chris Klein made contact with him right there at the end, but hopefully it didn't hurt Klein's truck too badly. So I'm going to see if Dustin pops in and has to take a fast repair. What I'm watching right now to see if he's going to be okay or if he's got to take a fast repair.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the back of his truck here if we can. I know you're right. He just took damage to the back. Hopefully that is light enough damage where he can just repair it instead of using his fast repair this early in the event. And once he gets through, we'll pull him up, see if we can get an interview with him. Go ahead.
Looks like his truck may be tracking weird. I think he may have a broken rear end like track bar.
Okay, they still can't hear us from the trucks, so we have gone too far on immersion with the trucks here, Ricky. Let me see if I can. We will bring that down some more.
Yeah.
All right, we will try this. A little more significantly move this. And again, for the audience, let us know if this is better. As I get queued up here to talk to the 14 truck.
And so while Alan's doing that, it does look like that Dustin Eaton is trying to repair the truck. He's sitting in the pits for an extended period of time here. So we just have to see how badly, how much damage he's got to repair.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. So he's not having to focus too much. We'll pull him up real quick. Hey, Mr. Eaton, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. We saw some bad luck there for you. You got us?
Oh, what's going on, fellas? How we doing?
Hey, what's happening? It looks like you almost blew that truck over, or got blown over, rather, but not too much damage. Kind of tapped that outside wall with your rear end. How many seconds or minutes did you have there?
Man, I only had 30 seconds there. I was super surprised. Good on everybody for not killing me. I felt like I got, turned there in front of everybody, but I think getting lifted up, then, almost flipping slowed me down enough to not get destroyed.
Yeah,
we're back out here, completely fixed now.
Yeah, and not having to use your fast repair for the evening as well, which is always a plus. So it was great to see that. It looked like the incident was a side draft gone wrong there as you were pushing the first place truck out there.
Yeah, no, we were talking about it. It's all good. He said he got a little shove from a car behind, so it was just wrong timing, hard racing, man. This track always breeds some craziness, doesn't it?
Yeah, it definitely does. It's always entertaining, but glad to see that you weren't knocked out of it, or at least having to use up your fast repair with a blown engine or something. You got anything for 14 truck there, Ricky?
Yeah, I'll just tell you, Dustin, it's Friday the 13th. There's a lot of weird stuff happens. I will tell you right now, when you go back and watch that replay, you are lucky, very, very lucky on a Friday the 13th that your truck almost blew over, because you would have hit the wall head on and popped that engine, but that blowover saved your hind end right there.
That's what I thought. That's what it felt like. I thought I was dead, then I felt it catch that air, and it was like, just hold the brakes and hope nobody kills you at that point. But can't wait to see it, man. Can't wait to see it.
All right, buddy. Well, thanks for indulging us by pulling you up. We waited to see if you were going to be busy and coming out of the pits, but you sat there getting repaired, so we thought we'd get a quick word with you. Good luck for the rest of the night.
Hey, absolutely. This is a cool thing you guys are doing here. I very much so enjoy it, man. Keep up the good work, fellas.
Appreciate you, Dustin. Good luck.
See ya.
Number 14 truck of Dustin Eaton got lucky with almost getting blown over in front of the field. Incredible, man. That's so for him, Friday the 13th might not be so unlucky.
Yeah, at least not right now. I mean, the whole thing about most people don't want to blow over, but that was actually just a saving grace, because when it caught that air, it kept it from going head on into the wall, and it let the truck whip around and hit with the back end. So that was a really, really close call for him.
Yeah, maybe even scrubbed off a significant amount of speed so that the impact will, a little less damage as well. Yeah, incredibly lucky. Glad he was able to get through that and get back on the track. Now he's got his work cut out for him coming from the back of the field, but fully expect him, if he's not involved in an incident, to get back up there and to be pushing these leaders for the win.
Oh yeah, he's got plenty of time to get back up there. You know, Eaton's going to. He'll probably try to work his way carefully through this pack, but I would expect him back in the top 7 or 8 within about 5 laps.
As we're getting ready to go green here, you can see that the pace truck is about to pull off. We're on board with your leader, Mr. Kelly Kill, in the 01 truck. Once he gets to that restart zone, that's when it's up to him to be able to start anywhere within that restart zone. iRacing, it was the Geico restart zone. I think they updated it recently. They did. You see it right there. He's within it now. As he takes off, we are back under green. It's a nice jump on Albert Anderson on the outside, but Albert's got momentum. He timed that correctly. With some help from the 81 truck, they might actually be able to push the 99 truck out there, America's driver, into the lead.
Yeah, it almost looks like the old tandem days, and I really wish iRacing would put that car back in that could tandem, that old COT. That was the most fun you would have on this sim in a plate race. And I could see why the drivers back then actually liked it. I didn't like watching it. I thought it was weird, but then when you drove it in iRacing, it really made sense on why those guys liked it so much.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch, and if I recall, Ricky, that was back when they were able to dial up different drivers and speak directly with another driver on track like we are in iRacing.
Yeah, it was kind of strange times back then, but NASCAR got rid of the tandems, made it where like it is now, where you push too long, you're gonna pop that engine. So they got to be a little bit careful. And it seems like we've talked about it before. Once you get these engines heated up, it's really hard to get it pulled back down after these new updates to the sim.
Yeah, for sure. As they go 3 wide, 81 goes to the outside of the 99, abandoning his tandem partner there. Don't know if that was intentional or just got loose and decided to do that instead of wrecking the two of them. He is definitely dropping back, and you see that move made the 99 lose so much momentum, allowing the 88 to jump up in front of him on that outside line. Glad to see that no one actually got caught up in an incident, though. I don't know that 81 move was intentional. I think that was a wreck avoidance move to make sure he didn't take each other out.
Yeah, I think he was just moving around trying to keep from taking anybody out. When that happened, I saw Jeremiah Burt he hit a board. He went to the apron and he's headed in the back. He don't like what he sees right now.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty racy up here at the front. 16 laps into this 80-lap event. Do see that outside line. Maybe the 81 is purposely run. He's got the 10 currently pushing him. Me, whenever I'm racing this track, I always get a little bit nervous, Ricky, about that outside. I like going up there. You can race it. It is competitive, but if something negative happens below you, inevitably almost, you're going to be involved in that wreck.
Yeah, because they always go up before they come down. So I always like, on the plate tracks especially, to be at the bottom where you've got all that apron or grass or whatever you've got to try to turn dead left and get away from a mess.
You can see that bottom line is stretched out. You got 2 or 3 trucks back there. They're probably just playing it safe at the moment, like we mentioned earlier. Hopefully they don't lose the draft there. They seem to be close enough to each other that they're able to keep that speed up. But those last two, maybe a little bit, if they don't pick up the pace, be in danger of losing out there.
Oh, Anderson's around. Oh, and we've got somebody head on into the wall.
It's going to be Tom Barish involved in that crash there. 55 truck. Oh, looks like it started between 99 and someone else, and Mr. Barish just gets the worst of that deal.
Yeah, that was Justin Brown with a push in the corner. I don't know if he was trying to get under Albert or if there was just a checkup, but he got to him too quick, got on his left rear, turned Albert, and man, Barish, it's just nowhere to go. Wrong place, wrong time.
Oh, no. That's like Albert gets touched in just the left rear. I think that's a 22 truck. And that's all it takes in mid-corner there, folks. If you just get the slightest touch from another competitor while you're turning in that corner at over 180 miles per hour, it's gonna go around on you. It's very unlikely you're going to save it. And you can see Mr. Barish there's unfortunately the unknowing victim of that. Don't look. He took a whole lot of damage, Ricky. So should be able to repair that.
He's smoking coming onto the pits. I think that engine's just about popped. Looks like he's taking his fast repair. But the one positive to that, even though he had to use the fast repair, is he was able to drive it back to the pits, so he won't have to tow and perhaps lose a couple of laps. He's going to be able to be right back in the mix. Just going to have to be a little bit more careful.
And we'll see if they go in. We're on board with Mr. Anderson right now. If he goes into the pits or not here. Looks like we're gonna have a lot of takers. Once we get them through this cycle, we'll get a word with him, and maybe even Mr. Tom Barish. We'll start with Tom.
Yeah, Albert's truck scraped up pretty bad on the left side that country time, but he may be able to repair this though. It just looks like scrapes. I don't think it's tore up bad enough to need a fast repair.
Yeah, just see him pushing around the outside there. He was desperately, he wanted to keep his speed up and get around that truck. He was kind of going in the grass just to make sure he can get to his box as quickly as possible. But that's what you want to do. You know, every second counts. He wasn't in there long, but I don't know that he had a lot of contact. We'll take a quick.
Yeah, he just had some left side damage. I think it was more scraping than anything. So he probably only had a few seconds of damage there to repair.
See if we can find Mr. Barish for a discussion here. Here he is. Move him up in here with us. Hey, Mr. Tom Barish, this is Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got us.
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Hey, going well. Saw that you were kind of the unlucky victim in that incident there. What did it look like from your position?
Man, I just saw some stuff on the outside, and Albert pointed out that he didn't like what he saw on the outside, and next thing I know, we was all going inside.
Yeah, that's basically what we saw on the replay. It was like the 99 just got a little touch on his left rear corner there, and that was enough mid-corner to turn him down into you. You guys went barreling towards that wall with each other, and you got the worst end of it. It looked like maybe your engine was about to blow. Did you have to use your fast repair?
Yeah, I had to use it. I was completely blowed up.
Oh, that's unfortunate, buddy. Hey, Ricky, you got anything for Mr. Barish?
Oh, Tom, I don't think we've ever talked, but I do want to say you got good taste in numbers, because the 55 is what I always ran pretty much any time in iRacing. So I've got some sentimentality towards you.
Yeah, I like the old double knuckles.
Yeah,
Yes,
for
sir.
sure. Hey, Tom, are you racing out of the All-Star Racing camp there? Were you down there with Derek Welch and them?
Yes, sir, I am. Derek,
Okay.
Jeremiah, and Albert. I believe I was able to help Albert keep from using his fast repair.
Yeah. You tell me owes you one, because yeah, you definitely were. You probably slowed him down enough where he wasn't the one blowing his engine the inside wall.
Absolutely.
All
It
right,
is what
buddy.
it is. That happens at Talladega.
Well, hey, buddy, welcome to the league. We're glad to have you in this Vanquish series, and good luck to you. And get that double nickel up there in the podium, if not victory lane.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, take care. All right, that was the 55 truck of Mr. Tom Barish, unfortunately involved in an incident required him to use his fast repair, but at least he is still in the race.
That's all that matters. Still got a chance. Now you just gotta. I mean, if it's me and I've had to use my fast repair, you know that that's like a golden parachute. That's gone. You're gonna have to be a whole lot more careful over these last 60-some laps.
Yeah, for sure. Now we are 20 laps into the 80-lap event. It's only our second caution, so that's good. Hopefully we're able to get everybody to the finish line tonight. You know, even if they have to use a fast repair, hopefully not involved in two major incidents that knocks them out. It looks like Mr. Mike Adamson is your leader, if I'm reading this right, with Kelly Kill in second, Chris Goins currently third, Jesse Graham in fourth position, and John Gallagher rounding out your top five. You got Papa Anderson there in the chat, Ricky, saying, I guess it could have been worse. Yes, Mr. Anderson, it could have been worse for that 99 truck. And Barish, I think maybe he owes Barish a cold one for slowing him down enough to keep him from tearing his truck up too much. As we're getting set.
Definitely.
Yeah. As you see, we're getting set to go green here as the pace truck is pulling down into pit lane. Control goes to Mr. Adamson as he comes to the restart zone.
Green flag, green flag.
He's hammered down. We're back under green. Gets a nice jump on Kelly Kill on that outside line of the 01. We'll see if the 5 truck's able to help Kelly regain momentum. Oh, that was a nice tight squeeze there. Let's see if that's going to work out. Who was that, Ricky? I don't see from this position.
The 5 got a little. The 5 gave Kelly a shot, and the 18 gave 5 a shot. And luckily, there was some room at the bottom for the 5 to squeeze in, because I don't think he was going down there whether he wanted to or not, actually.
And that 18 truck there, it looks like if Chris Klein is coming up behind Kelly to try and regain the momentum for the outside line, followed by the 81 in close proximity, if they can get well organized, along with the 14, that's a 4 truck train. It should be able to get back up in contention on that outside line.
Yeah, it looks like the trucks on the inside and the outside are about equal right now, and you've got guys up front that definitely know how to push.
All right, we're going to go back and go to the field again here. While we have this opportunity, go on board with Mr. Dave Mayberry. And he's got his crew chief there helping him out. I don't know if she's doing a great job right now. He's running 6 positions down from where he started in this race. Probably running in the 18th position. She is at least attentive. She's paying attention.
That's more than most crew chiefs do. It seems like in NASCAR, she's watching on and tipping.
Yeah, we'll have to, next opportunity we get, maybe get Mr. Mayberry up here in the booth and ask him, how's that working out for him? Are they a good team? And are they a winning team?
That's all that's important.
That's all that's important. All right, moving forward, we're on board with Colin Decker. Let me shift this back over to the main screen. Mr. Colin Decker racing out of, I'm going to get this wrong, Ricky. It's not Milan. It's not Italy. So what is it? Milan? I think it's Milan. Milan or Milan, New York. I'm sure we'll hear about it from the race director that I got it wrong again. So he's new to this series, but fitting in perfectly. I think I have an onboard camera for him as well. I do. I have one for Colin. Let's take a look at him tonight. Intently right there. He's definitely focused. I don't think he's blinking, Ricky.
Yeah, I think sometimes you forget to blink and breathe at places like Talladega.
Yeah, there's times whenever I finish a race and I feel like I haven't been breathing for like half an hour. So I think that's probably a thing. You're breathing, obviously, but maybe you're not breathing at the ideal rate.
Yeah, I mean, I've had my smartwatch on before, and my resting heart rate has been down to like 35 or 40 in a race, and I think it's because taking such shallow breaths and concentrating so much, you do forget to breathe almost sometimes.
And Colin's got a good-looking steel truck there, the number 8. I like that orange and black. It's always a good combo. I mean, you got iconic brands in NASCAR like Hooters and others. I'm trying to think, is it Liquid Wrench or another truck that has those same colors? I really like it. Stands out on the track, makes for a nice combo. All right, so we're going to go. He passed a few people, so we'll go back here and take a look on board with Andrew Cawthon in the 10 truck racing out of Bartow, Florida. Andrew's right there. He's in 12th right now. You know, this is shifting in real time, obviously, but down about 4 positions from where he started the race. Let's get on board with Justin Brown, the 22 truck. He was involved in that last incident, but came away with no significant damage, if any damage, so that was good for him. He's able to continue running that high outside line there, following the 14 and the 81. Let's see, Justin is up 1 position before he started the night in 10th, so he's currently running 9th. Very vibrant colors on that truck. I like the honeycomb. You're not going to miss it. Wonder if he's from Miami, because it's definitely, no, he's not. He's from Ohio, Bryan, Ohio. That's right there in front of me. But very vibrant colors on that truck. So now with Jesse, looks like Chip, I'll call him Chip Graham, running that 5 truck. We saw that he had a moment earlier behind Kelly Kill, I believe. was able to dump it to the low side. Wreck avoidance is a thing, ladies and gentlemen. It's a skill set you have to work at. Mostly comes from experience and kind of reading the traffic, where the runs are coming from, who you think's about to wreck, and just being prepared to make that split-second decision to change lanes and avoid a wreck. And now that's by no means a guarantee ever, but it is a skill set that you can become better at. Something you'll notice that with rookies in these leagues, they tend to get in the accidents more often.
They do, and when you're talking about wreck avoidance, I think some people see one coming, and when I'm watching this race right here, and you see 3x3, and I've seen a lot of movement around. I believe a couple of those guys hanging out at the back may think there's one coming, and that they're probably trying to play it safe, and I don't blame them. I think if I was watching this right now and I was out there, I would probably be hanging back there with Mayberry, kind of about where he's at.
Yeah, those first 3 or 4 rows there just looks like very intense driving. It is from inside the cockpit. It looks like, yeah, there's plenty of space, if you're looking from this particular angle. But if you go on board with these guys, we can see, and I'll get you a quick look here. It doesn't look like you have as much room from inside the truck, so it makes for a lot of anxiety. Get to the roll bar here. Take a look at, we're on board with Jesse Chip Graham right now. Look at, this is his view. We'll roll through a couple of these different guys. You can see if you're in that middle line there, as Andrew Coffin is, and you see the buffeting of the air back and forth, and you can't see very much. You're very much kind of cocooned in that truck, and that inside the cockpit there. You cannot see very much, even if you looked left and right. It is so much in your way of your visibility. You're relying on that spotter and a little bit of your experience as well.
I think that's one of the hardest things for rookies, because you just got to get used to how hot these guys are to you, and if you kind of feel these guys around you more than you see them sometimes. I know a lot of guys rely on their spotters, and maybe for my detriment, I don't turn my spotter on at all. I feel like sometimes that messes me up worse. I would rather press my mirrors and my side mirrors than press the spotter.
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat here. So Richard G says, "Let's go, Wally. Let's go, Wally." I wonder who Wally is. Do you, Ricky, Richard, if you're still in there, buddy, let us know which driver that is, what number.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one Wally is.
We're looking off the right rear deck of Mr. John Gallagher racing out of Roseville, California. I like this view on occasion. That gives you kind of a sense of the speed and the intensity that's going on with these trucks. John's always very competitive at these tracks, all tracks really. If you notice, John's always up and around the top 10, top 5, and contending for these wins. Nice Harbor Freight looking paint scheme too.
I can't remember which race it was, and I'm pretty sure it was in the regular Vigilante Wednesday series, but there was a race a couple of months ago that Gallagher, I think he had us covered, and he lost connection. It's really tough, so Gallagher can run up front anyway.
No, that's right. I recall that. He definitely had, I think he definitely had us covered. And that's the unfortunate thing we talked about earlier, with the internet connection on occasion, you get a storm or a power surge, things of that nature. But I've always kind of looked at it when it happens to me, it's like getting a blown engine, or a blown tire that puts you into the outside wall in reality. So it's just more of the, the chaos factor that goes into auto racing generally.
Yeah. Oh, so we found out the mystery of Wally. That is Tom Barish. Thanks, Derek Welch, for telling us in the chat. And Kathy Anderson might be, she said she's a little late, but she's here, so I'm sure she's pulling for Uncle Al too. And Kathy, he's in the lead.
He definitely is. Got that Country Time Chevrolet in the wind there, taking his lemons and shaking them up to make that lemonade, I think. And Albert Anderson Sr.'s in there. Hey, Dave, does she have an inflated ego? That's a good question. We'll have to hit him up about that, Papa Anderson, whenever we talk to him later on. But, Dave, we call him the Mouth. He has a myriad of nicknames. He's always fun. He is the jokester that keeps us, even when we're overly serious about this hobby of basically simulated racing. He lets us know, hey man, things could be worse. Let's have a laugh. So, and that's what he's doing with his crew chief there. We'll check it out and see if she has an inflated ego or if she's able to help him get faster in these races. Lori's in there saying hello to Aunt Kathy. Yeah, we noticed that the Anderson clan wasn't making it to Friday night as much, and we kind of blamed that on Albert for not advertising enough. We were not happy with him, so we gave him a little bit of a ribbing. Said, hey man, where's the clan? Get them in here, let's get watching. All right, folks. Again, if you are new to watching us, if you like what you see, this is the Vigilante Racing Network. We are exclusively broadcasting the Vanquish Series for the Vigilante Racing League. If you like what you see, please make sure you give us a like or subscribe, and you'll be notified anytime that we go live. We'll see if we can go back here and take a... Back to the
Rick,
field.
Rick on the back stretch. Osborne is the one that I see that is spun out.
See if we can get a look at Osborne. He's just now coming back on the track there.
Oh, it's almost the same situation with he almost has a blowover on the backstretch. He hits the wall a little harder than Eaton did, but he didn't hit the wall with the front end. It looked like there was maybe a push gone bad right in front of him, and Cawthon hit the wall. Osborne checked up, and Eaton hit Osborne. Eaton hit the wall a little bit too, but Osborne gets the worst of this.
Oh, look like the 10 went up, hit the wall, and then came down, and that's what causes, he really smashed that driver's side pretty good. He's likely going to have to use his fast repair. I see wheel damage on the left front there. Don't know if that's going to be significant or not, but the way the new damage model works, it seems like these crashes, even lighter crashes, are causing significant damage, so that's unfortunate. They're like the 10 was involved in hitting the wall. They don't know if he checked up for something in front of him, just trying to avoid an incident. This is your third caution. Go ahead.
I was going to say it looked like that maybe he ran up on the truck in front of him a little faster than he thought, so he kind of tried to miss him, and by missing him, he hit the wall, and that caused the checkup behind him. So it was just kind of a chain reaction. And yeah, I don't know what the deal is with these front end collisions. Wednesday night, there was a pretty significant wreck at our Michigan race coming out of turn 2, and I was trying to pull my truck dead left, and I barely clipped the truck with my right front, and I had enough damage to where it ended my night just from a little bit of right front contact.
Yeah, it doesn't take much anymore. So once we get the 81 in and out of his pit box here, we'll get a word with him and see what happened from his perspective. Look, he's going to take 4 tires. I think he took that fast repair, Ricky, looks like.
Yeah, I think he had to. He probably had the broken left front suspension piece, because his truck, his left front tire was wobbling pretty bad, so I don't think he had much of a choice there.
All right, so let's get a word with Mr. Osborne here. Hey, Jonathan Osborne, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got us?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, we saw that unfortunate incident. It looked like something unfolded in front of you there. What happened from your perspective?
Well, we were all talking there in the chat, and we called out we're going to go try to make a 3-wide run there again, and when Cawthon pulled out, he tagged the wall and slowed down a bunch, and I couldn't get off of him, and then Eaton was there in my left rear. I don't know really what happened after that, but yeah, we were trying to make another 3-wide run to get to the front, and Cawthon just tagged the wall when he moved up, and it was over from there.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looked like from our perspective, that the 10 came up. We saw him scrub the wall and necessarily scrub speed off, and you were just there. And, and you got, unfortunately, you pancaked that left side there. It looked like significant, and apparently was, since you had to use your fast repair.
Oh yeah, she was hurt bad. My steering wheel was like 90 degrees to the right.
Okay, hey Ricky, what do you got for the 81 truck before we let him go?
Yeah, so what's your strategy now, buddy? You going to try to hang out at the back because you've used the fast repair, or are you going to try to get back to the front and hope for the best?
I like running up at the front at these places. I feel like I can control it a little better up there. So I'm going to try to get back up to the front. We'll see how this research goes. I'm going to wait a couple laps, see what the energy's like, but most likely we'll be charging back up to the front.
Well, all right, buddy. Hey, good luck to you. We know we're going to see you back up there racing out of Woodbury, New Jersey. That's Jonathan Osborne. Good luck, man.
Thank you, guys.
All right. So looking at the chat here, we got a couple more.
Yeah, Eric.
Yeah, go ahead.
Eric Mayberry at the bottom of the pack. I think he's busting on old Dave just a little bit, but Eric is his nephew. So nice for him to join us on the broadcast and check out old Uncle Dave, the nickname, the mouth, whatever you want to call him, the man, Dave Mayberry.
Yeah, for sure. He's got lots of them. Let's see if we can. Where is Mayberry right now? Let's take a look at the 29 truck. Mr. Mayberry. And his crew chief, Lucy. Probably not happy with him right now because he's still in 12th position. I think that's where he started the night, Ricky. And hasn't really moved forward. Haven't seen him at the front. So Lucy's probably going to be cracking the whip on him as we get to the second stage or second half of this race.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to give him some hard times if he doesn't make some move forward.
Looks like he's being pretty Joe. He must be talking to somebody as always. Always giving us a wave. Hello, Mr. Mayberry. Your nephew, if you are listening later on, is giving you a hard time, Eric C. in the chat, which he should, because we know you would. Also, Ricky noticed that Nick Tucker apparently is going to retire for the evening. He's in the chat saying, hey, guys, I'm going to back out. Good luck, fellas. Having lots of issues with his internet connection tonight. We appreciate the fact that he doesn't want to get in the way of the competition. But Nick, hope to see you back next week, buddy. Make sure you get that fixed up, and we'll get you back in solidly.
Jeremiah Burke stayed out. I don't know why. It's showing 18 laps on his truck. Maybe he just wanted to get to the front of the pack the safest way possible by not moving.
Yep, he's a control car here as we're getting ready to go back to green. Entering the restart zone.
Green.
And we're hammered down. We're back to green. He gets a nice launch with the 99 truck of America's driver Albert Anderson just behind him. It's like the 88 of Adamson on that high line. They did not get a good start and good momentum on the outside line right now. But you see Burke actually kind of got out there a little far, Ricky.
Yeah, you never want to get out there too far. Now Kelly jumps up behind Adamson. They're going to get a really good push down the back straightaway. And Albert, as you see, he's trying to push his teammate, but he caught him so quick. You can't just, slam draft into a guy. You're going to have to back off. So that was a really smart and good move by Kelly Kill and Mike Adamson. I think they've drafted really well together on a couple of these plate tracks here on this Friday league.
Yeah, they're like the Dale Jr. and the Tony Stewart of years gone by, right? That's how they work well together. And you saw they were both able to work that momentum you mentioned to clear both trucks to that low side line, but the 53 not satisfied with sitting down there. He jumps up in front of the 38 of Chris Gomes, and they're going to get after it here on the outside line.
Yeah, Jones able to push Jeremiah a little bit in the turn, but he's trying to stay steady. As long as you don't do the windshield whopper on a guy's bumper and you can be steady, you can take those shoves in the turn, but you've got to hold a really, really steady wheel to do that.
Yeah, the old head NASCAR guys would call that a pretty wheel, I think, Ricky. You would know being around the garage as much as you have throughout your career.
Yeah, no, that's definitely one of the phrases they use, is holding that pretty wheel. And there's guys that can do it much better than others, especially, plate specialists. There's some guys that just excel in being able to push, even in the old style cars, which you didn't see much. I know what name is not going to pop up a lot, but if you talk to some guys in the NASCAR garage that was around back in the day, they will tell you that one of the best plate drivers that they ever saw our super speedway driver was Greg Sachs. He didn't get a whole lot of credit.
Yeah, I remember Greg Sachs watching him. He did not get a lot of credit, but I did notice that he was definitely a talented driver. Just maybe one of those unenviable positions of driving underfunded equipment throughout those years, which we had many more. 3 wide here. As the 18, Chris Goins pushes it up through the middle with the 5 on his outside. Looks like the 123 on his inside. That's pretty tight there. See if we can get closer look at this. So working out pretty well.
Call it out on the radio, but he's got to pull out of line on the back straight, and he's going to the top. So not sure what's going on, but he's trying to get out of the way.
Maybe he's, since he didn't pit that last time, as you mentioned, maybe he's having to get out, so he has to pit here soon. Doesn't want to try and do it in front of the field, perhaps. Or he was getting too hot. Looks like he's recovered now. He's still second that outside line, pushing the 99 truck. The tandem of the 8801 there on the bottom. Oh, look at that move. That was an aggressive move from the 99. Made it work.
Yeah. Burke pushed him to the lead, and now he's bailing out because I think he is going to have to pit.
Looks like he's going to use that top line to try and slide back. All right, while we have this opportunity, Ricky, they thought it was loud earlier. We're going to go crank it up for everyone out there in the audience. We didn't even have the truck engines turned up to its highest level. But we'll make sure we get it down so you can hear us when we come back from this. Crank It Up segment there, folks. Hope you enjoyed that. And you should be able to hear us over the engine noise at the moment. Again, if you're logging in for the first time, we do appreciate it if you enjoy what you're seeing, that you like and subscribe and are notified for any future events. We are on here every Friday night with this Vanquish, VRL Vanquish Series, highlighting this league.
There's some pretty hard pushes going on right now. I would not want to be right in the middle of that mess from about 5th on back.
As you can see there, Ricky, I mean, we are 3 wide all the way deep through the field here. And this is something you don't see much in the official races in iRacing because they're just not able to hold it. But with these drivers and level of skill that we see routinely displayed by the Vigilante drivers, they are able to do this for laps on end. As you see a nice move there from, looks like might be Player. It was Andy Player, our lucky 13 on the 13th, Friday the 13th, rather. He said he was going to get up there and mix it up. He has made his way to the front.
Yeah, he's worked his way all the way up to the front. We are 3 by 3 by 3, and something's got to give sooner or later. You can't keep pushing this hard, this long, and not either have a wreck or somebody pop an engine.
Let's take a look at the last time.
Oh gosh, we're going 4 wide.
It is definitely tight. It's getting racy out there. So the last time that Andy Player was on pit lane was lap 34. So he only got 10 laps on those tires. Looks like most people are the mid 30s, 34, 35 there. So they are not going to be able to make it to the end for sure. Green flag stops are going to happen if we don't have an incident prior to that.
Yeah, Burke had to make his pit stop a couple of laps ago, so he'll get swallowed up by the pack sooner than later. But looks like he's already lapped down, so he's gonna need caution or two to get back in this race. Not sure why he didn't pit earlier. We'll have to ask him if we can pop him in under a caution. What happened there that kept him out on that last caution flag?
Yeah, he definitely some type of strategy, or he just missed it. You can see there's 16.5 degrees of banking here through this trial. This is a nice look from the gyro cam on board with the 14 truck of Dustin Eaton. And as you may have noticed in that last turn, we're about to go into it again, there's 33 degrees of banking through the turns as he's getting a nice run. I don't know if he's trying to go to the outside, right up against that wall.
Burke, they're about to catch Burke on the back stretch, and they're already 3 wide, so I don't know where he's going to go.
We'll take a look and see how this works out for him. He's going to stay high, looks like, for him.
And they're going to go 4 wide, passing him. They can make it.
Oh, look at this. Oh, somebody's down. The 22's down on the... Oh, hold on to it. There we go. That was very close.
Yeah, the 22 and the 55 both maybe losing the draft because of that.
We get a good bit of shade here on the tri-oval as we get later into the afternoon. They are still racing. Look at this pack, Ricky. 3 by 3 wide all the way through. Looks like a box racing around this track.
Yeah, I mean, when you get 3 by 3 by 3, there's really nowhere to go. So you're kind of just stuck.
At this point, they're riding and looking forward to getting in and off pit road, on or off pit road rather efficiently. It normally ends up breaking up the field just a bit and enables, oh no, the 18 gets down into the 13/18. Does it get back up? Oh, they're going to make it work.
Now they're going to have to push really hard. Kelly, Hill, Player, Mayberry, Gallagher, because they'll lose the draft if they don't. So they're going to have to push it tough.
See how it looks from on board with Kelly. Looks like he's coming up behind. It looks like Andy Player. That incident, we ended up cycling him back to 13th. I don't know if they can hook up on this outside line. Kelly's definitely the man you want behind you to push you to the front if there's room. That's going to be the key, as you mentioned before, when they're 3 by 3 all the way through the field. You really know where to go, and you're just looking for opportunities as they present themselves.
I'm going to say something right now that's going to be messing these guys up. It's dark. Like, the whole track is covered in shade, and that's going to be tough to see, really. Maybe tougher to see than it is when there's blinding sun. Talladega doesn't have lights. So.
No, not at all. It's late afternoon. It's not going to get dark on, but that cloud cover is definitely going to affect their visibility for them.
Yeah, I mean, just watching the in-car cameras and the cameras, it's really dark. I would hope that cloud got out of the way sooner than later. That's dropped the track temperature down to 88.
Right on board with Chris Klein right now at a Buford, Georgia. That 18 truck. 2 18 trucks on the field tonight, ladies and gentlemen. One of them was Andy Player. Supposed to be the 13. Just a paint job issue there. We'll get corrected by next week. Back up the front, you got Albert Anderson Super speedway specialist, I would probably call him, Ricky, as he always is able to sniff the lead at these tracks.
Oh yeah, I mean he's a super speedway specialist, but he's good everywhere. Well, I think he'll self-admit that he's not a big fan of the road courses, but other than that, you're going to see the 99 up front just about anywhere we go.
With that 14 truck right on his rear deck of Dustin Eaton, followed by the 81 of Jonathan Osborne. He was involved in that incident earlier. We predicted he'd be back up front, mixing it up with the leaders, and here he is. 31 truck is just to the outside, running that middle line. I've never been comfortable personally, Ricky, of running that middle line, but that's Paul Durkee in the 31 truck, followed by the 38 of Chris Gomes and the 8 truck of Colin Decker. Let's take a look at how this is. Go ahead.
Oh, the 5 truck almost got turned in front of the entire field. He caught it and made it down to the bottom groove, but that was a good save.
Got an onboard with Colin Decker. Let's take a look at him, how it looks from his perspective. He got back down into the bottom groove there. I was trying to get a look from that middle groove because it's just, I never liked it, man. I just feel like I'm completely out of control and praying that no one's going to either come down or come up and hit me.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in. Speaking of tough spot to be in, I think John Gallagher just barely lost the draft, and he's going to start dropping back. He almost kept it. I was watching him, but after that checkup a couple laps ago, I think he's dropped out of the draft.
We're going to switch this back over. Let's take a different kind of camera look here. Something we've been messing with here is VRN is able to kind of like in real time take turns on these top cameras and see all the racing action as it perspective from top of the truck here. You can just see getting nice bumps there from looks like Paul Durkee in the 31 truck. Colin Decker taking the lead for the first time tonight that I can think of there. Ricky up plus 10 spots on the evening so far.
Yeah, it's good to see some new blood up front. We got Decker and Graham and Durkee all up front.
Well, that was a nice move by the 31. He goes up and catches that momentum from the 38 of Chris Gomes. May be able to push him out to the lead on that move. Maybe even both of them. And they are clear.
Let there be light. We got the sun back over the track after that total solar eclipse apparently that we had for 5 laps.
Like we got Chip Graham there pushing the 8 truck on the bottom, keeping Colin up there in contention for that lead, going back and forth between him and Paul Durkee.
There's just a lot of movement back and forth in the pack here. You can just see the trucks dancing around. Now they are 20 laps into the run, so they'll be pitting in the next couple of laps. They're probably going to be trying to work their way to the bottom.
And we're going to go on board here with Andrew Cawthon. We haven't been on board with him tonight. He does have a driver cam, as you can see, from his perspective, with 3 monitor set up there. He can see a little bit more than the average bear to his left and right, but still not great visibility overall. It's just the nature of racing in NASCAR these days and all the safety features and everything. And iRacing being a simulator, they want to make sure they give you that as much of an immersion effect as they can. We'll go on board the top here, transition back over, take a look at how it looks in the pack there for Mr. Andrew Cawthon.
I don't see if any of these guys are saving gas, Alan, because you said that, well, you said 20, probably about 27. So, if they can make it another few laps and they can make it to the end, then they can go about 27. If their window is more like 23, they would be really tight to the end, but they've got a few more laps in them. I believe they'll all be able to make it.
Let's see, looks like your leader, Paul Durkee, he was last in on what, 35? Not 35, so that would be 62. There's going to be 18 laps to go. Oh, we got an incident here.
All right, man.
They're wrecking.
Caution is out.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Player
they're
drills
wrecking
the
hard.
inside wall. Or no, it wasn't Player.
Oh, we're catching this.
Adamson.
We're catching this as you see
Kelly
the
Kill.
01 completely sideways of Kelly Kill. And as we get ready to do this, we're actually going to go on board as well once we show you what happens here. Well, the onboard actually is not going to be, I'm not going to be able to rewind that, so it won't be live. Take a look here. See what we can see. 88's just behind him. Paul Durkee in front. Don't know. He ends up going up high. Don't know if he meant to go up there. He's trying to get back in line, and the 88 was already there because he lost momentum as he went to the outside. We'll have to see how that went from his perspective. Is there somebody else you wanted to talk to as well, Ricky? Who was that?
Off the top of my head, I'll have to try to think of that again. Oh, Jeremiah Burke, to see why he missed that last pit stop.
Yeah, that's right. We'll get a talk with both of them there. As you can see, it looks like Kelly's trying to just recover. His truck doesn't look too bad. I don't know if he already got into the pits there while we were looking at the review. No, it looks like his left rear might be a little bit damaged. We'll see what he does with that. But we'll get a chat with Jeremiah Burke first. And Jeremiah is now, he's down 15 spots, currently running the 18th position. We'll get a chat with him. You know, as I get a little bit older, Ricky, it's harder for me to find small typeface when I'm looking for someone's name. Don't tell anybody, okay?
I hear that. I hear that.
He's down in the All-Star Racing booth. Get him moved up here and have a quick chat with him. Hey, Jeremiah, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, but you got us.
I got you.
Hey, man, we saw earlier that you stayed out. Was that a strategy play on your part, or did you miss pit road there when it went green?
Nah, I'm just trying something else, get some track position, see if I can get a little bit of luck there. Didn't work out, but it didn't not work out yet either. So I think we'll get some gas here, get some tires on it, and go to the end. I actually think the way this is going to be, I think they're going to be all real tight on gas, and because I have to pit a lap later, I think I'm going to be to the good. So this might get interesting here in a bit if we go green.
How many laps are you getting on fuel mileage?
I'm getting about 23 laps.
23. What did I tell you? I think I was off, Ricky. I think I was saying 27, so we were off.
27, yeah. So 23 does put you right there in the window.
As we see you hitting pit road right now, you're going to go ahead and top that sucker off. You might be good to go. This might be the winning strategy.
I'm going to top it off, put some tires on it, and I'm going to run it and see what happens.
Ricky, you got anything for the 53 truck?
Yeah, I mean, with this strategy you're using now to try to save as much gas as you can, you think you may be the only one that could do this? Are you going to try to hang out at the back to maximize your gas save?
Yeah, I'm not going to get too aggressive here. It's everybody else is racing real hard, and I just there's really nowhere to go unless you start pushing real hard and go up the middle and whatnot. I think it's still a little too early for that. You might miss if I get some feedback from my teammates that they're going to be good on gas, then I might have to start pushing through. But I think I'll just kind of ride it out and see how it goes.
All right, Mr. Burke, there you're racing for with the All-Star Racing team for this series, right?
I am. Yes.
Yeah, how you guys? So overall, it's like most of you guys are probably in contention to win this race, and we're wishing you luck, man. I just wanted to get a quick chat with you before we go back to green to see what the strategy play was here.
Thank you, sir.
All right, buddy. Take care.
Take care.
All right, this 53 truck of Jeremiah Burke racing out of Phoenix, Arizona. Sponsored by somebody we know, D&D Race Graphics. Don't know who that guy could be.
No, I've heard that his stuff's really bad.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's Ricky's paint company there for iRacing. He does a tremendous job. If you would see most of the trucks probably in this league, I would guess probably sporting some of your colors, either the vintage or the more contemporary look.
Yeah, I've got a few out there. Albert Anderson's truck is definitely one of mine that's out there right now. Burke usually runs my truck in the Wednesday leagues, the Roadrunner truck. But so yeah, depending on how many people's out here, I usually have several trucks on the track.
And we're taking a look here at the front runners are Eaton and Anderson. Coming down that super stretch, we are going to go green this lap. As you can see on top of the pace truck, the lights are out. So 99 consistently up front. If I'm having to pick a winner right now, I'm going with America's driver.
Yeah, it's hard. It's definitely hard to bet against Albert, but with so much, with anything that could happen at Talladega, it's going to come down to the last lap. We know that no matter what.
Well, this is only our 4th caution here tonight. Hopefully we don't start stacking them up exponentially here in the last 22 laps, which can sometimes happen because, everybody knows this is their last opportunity to push the issue. I would guess we're going to see 3 wide pretty quick here as we get back underway.
Yeah, they just got to be careful and not go 3 wide that first green flag lap, and then it's Katie bar the door.
Yeah, that's right. Within this league, so they can at least have the opportunity to get a clean start and some good racing in. They don't go 3 wide, not allowed to go 3 wide for that first lap following the drop of the green flag. After which they're fine to go 3 wide. They also cannot change lanes before they reach that start-finish line to ensure that we don't have any unnecessary contact or an accident. So as we get ready to go green here, it's going to be the control truck of Albert Anderson, the 99. We're back underway. He gets a tremendous jump along with the 81 of Jonathan Osborne behind him there. It looks like that outside lane was not prepared for that restart.
I don't know if the 5 truck missed a shift or what, but he definitely backed up to the guys behind him and kind of let Dustin Eaton out the drive there.
Like Dustin made a good recovery. He got down low for a moment to get a little bit of a draft, a sniff of that draft, and he's back up to the outside line there. Looking for some help, though. Right now, he doesn't have any. '29 truck of Dave Mayberry coming up behind him, though. Let's see if he can give him a shove to get back up there in contention. Old Dave back up to the front. Maybe Lucy's a little happier with him now.
Yeah, crew chief's not going to be quite as hard on him now, trying to get Dave up to the front. Almost up in the top half.
I see it looks like a message there, but I cannot read that. I don't. So it's like high on his screen. Anyway, he's up there running right now in the, it's like 6th position. Let's see if Dave is able to cap this good run off with a good finish. As we suspect that they are 2 wide, not 3 wide yet, which I'm kind of surprised, but we do have 20 to go. Maybe they are trying to be patient.
Yeah, I mean, Jonathan Osborne just keyed up and said that he's running hot, and that's just a couple laps after the restart. That's not what you want to hear.
No, for sure. I mean, and he's running that 3rd position on the bottom there. He should be able to back off just slightly and cool that truck off with the 99 pushing the 31. As you see, the 14 and the 29 getting a nice run to the outside. 14 is going to drop down, putting him up to the lead, and the 29 is going to be the leader of that outside line. We'll see if he's able to hold it. Trying to side draft the 31 a little bit there. Losing ground. Let's see if the 55 is going to join up with him or try to pass him. And the 8 truck making a move on the outside there, Colin Decker. He's all alone right now, not afraid. Billy Kill's going by him on the inside there. Maybe Colin didn't like what he saw and decided he was going to maybe push towards the back.
Yeah, it seems like, you hear there's 18 laps to go, you got to panic, but at Talladega, that's almost an eternity.
Yeah, it's a 2.66 mile track. That is a lot of racing left to do here. When you think of other tracks, 1.5 miles or even short tracks, that's a lot of racing. You see the 5 truck. The 5 truck there pushing Dave. It looks like that. Yep, 5 truck of Jesse Chip Graham. Getting a nice little push there, and then he backed off because he got hot. It's so easy to get these trucks overheated now. The code has been changed a little bit, probably to match more real life. I don't think they're able. Are you able to lock bumpers in the truck series in reality? I don't recall.
It's tough to do the way they are. It looks like Burke is almost out of the draft. I think Adamson may be going to back up and pick him up. And that's a nice gesture for Mike Adamson, because I don't think Burke was going to be in the draft.
He's definitely a good ways back there. It is 1.4. He might be back in it there, but he was danger close for sure.
I think he was out of it unless Adamson went back there and picked him up.
Are they teammates right now? I don't recall. I don't think so.
No, I don't believe they are. Former teammates and still friends, obviously, with Mike trying to help Jeremiah out there.
Yeah, we're all on board with Jeremiah. As I'm taking a look at the chat, though, I got Papa Anderson there saying, "Long pit stop, son. Must be more damage than it looked. It must have been. The broadcast doesn't always do the damage justice. Many times it's, you have wheel damage, some kind of suspension damage that has been simulated but not visible to the viewer. So that's likely what happened to him there." And then Jalemi, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, Jalemi or Jalemi, saying, "Let's go Decker. Let's go Colin Decker." So pulling for the A truck out there. Take a look back up front here. You got Dustin Eaton out front now, pushed by the Country Time Lemonade Chevy of Albert Anderson, followed by the 81. 55, Tom Bears back in it, up there, fourth in line on the bottom. We knew he would be back in this. He had some unfortunate luck earlier. 31 and the 29 working together in that middle line, the 5, and looks like, was that the 20 truck on the high line of Justin Lawson?
I'll
Yes, it
give you a
was.
little bit of inside information there. Listening to the driver chat, Anderson was getting a little hot, and I think he's telling Osborne he's having to back off, and Osborne is pushing Anderson on purpose to try to keep him on Eaton's bumper to make Albert run hot, which is a really crazy strategy, but I mean, do what you got to do in these races.
That's a tactic. I mean, racing comes down to many times just putting your competitor in the most disadvantaged spot that you can. In my mind, I don't know about if that's how you look at it, but think about it. If you go into a corner, you're trying to take air away or get a little bit of side draft. You're trying to create some kind of disadvantage while simultaneously an advantage for yourself. To be able to affect these passes is not easy. And you can see from this perspective right here, they're 3x3, we're 4 deep at least. There's nowhere to go.
Kelly Kill is definitely trying to go somewhere. I think he's had to use his fast repair in that last caution, so he's got to be careful here. He's pushing Lawson. They almost went 4 wide, but he tucked back in, but he's getting antsy.
Yeah, and he's getting pushed a little bit by the 8 truck of Colin Decker back there. I noticed from that chopper cam that we were looking at, folks, if you notice from time to time a flash of fuel out the tailpipe, which is in the form of a flame, that means that driver just got out of the throttle. Just a little indicator for you. It looked like the 8 was having to get out of the throttle there to stay off the 01, but the 01 was giving the 20 all he could handle and trying to get momentum on that high side line. It's not easy, especially they're not quite as organized as they have to be to make that work up there when you have such efficient pushers on that bottom and middle line.
Yeah, all 3 lines are pushing really tough right now. They're all hanging tough together. Very close. That second groove and top groove got really tight there coming through the tri-oval.
Pretty good perspective right here. This looks like some of the classic photos you see from Talladega Superspeedway. We are coming to 12 to go here. Been a great race so far. Let's see if they're able to keep the intensity up and finish it off without wrecking it up, Ricky. But I don't know, man. Odds makers probably wouldn't make it very likely that they're going to be able to pull it off, but they might. This is a very, very competitive, very talented league.
Yeah, they might, and that's going to see if it brings the strategy into play. Looks like Adamson's kind of hanging out at the back too. The 38, I know that he's always a thinking man's driver. Chris Gomes. I wonder if they're trying to save gas. We know Burt said he was trying to save gas. I wonder if some of these guys that's hanging out the back are trying to save enough gas to make it just in case we don't have caution.
Riding on board right now with the 10 truck of Andrew Coffin. He's running 12th position, but he is in the middle. You can see this is a swarm of hornet's nest of activity. And everyone is trying to take advantage of every little inch, but all at the same time that everyone's, most of the people who are right at the front are blocked in. It can be frustrating, exhilarating, and just nerve-wracking all at once.
Yeah, they say don't push the pusher, and Osborne, Anderson, and Eaton are locked together like you don't normally see, and that is tough to do that for more than a corner at a time.
I don't know which horse to pick, Ricky. I have no idea who to pick here. I'm still going to stick with the 99. I think the 99 is going to pull it off at the end of the day.
I picked the birthday boy, and he's up there right in the top 5, so I'll stay with player. But really impressed with especially the 5 truck of Graham being up front all night. He seems to be a good pusher and being good to be pushed. And Mayberry and his crew chief, they're hanging tough up here in the top 5. You never know, Mayberry may sneak one in here. It's anybody's race.
What's this so intense, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to take one more crack at the, we're going to go with one more, crank it up real quick here for one lap as we go into 10 to go. See how this looks for us.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
Caution is out. Caution is out. We'll get back and take a look at what happened there. I still reckon in the back you can see back there in the foreground or the background rather. Let's take a look here.
Oh,
get you an
Mayberry
overhead chopper look.
31.
We will ride along with Mayberry then, if that's where you think it happened at.
That's where it started.
Oh, I can see it right there. Looks like going to the turn. He goes a little high. Maybe he's trying to cool that engine off, or just sometimes you get an unexpected little push based on the air. This happened to me before. We saw it at Atlanta, actually. You and I were talking about that. Don't know if that's the effect that happened here, but yeah, the 29 just got up into that outside line.
And I know the 20 and the 01 had definitely used their fast repair. So
Kelly
hopefully,
Colin Decker. Wow.
so they can repair these.
Yeah, that's going to be a rough one. We'll see if we'll get a discussion here with Mr. Mayberry. He still retains. He didn't get much damage out of that. He's in the 3rd position. We'll go on board and have a discussion with him. Don't know that he's going to go into pits here. Let's see. Looks like he's up in that high line. I don't think he's going to go in there.
I'm trying to see if the 5's going to make it into his pits. He's blown up. Oh, I think he made it.
Well,
wow.
if he's got a fast repair there to use because he's so damaged. Perfect.
It was, I mean, he literally was, 30 yards away from not making it to his pit stall and having the tow. Blew up right as he came in.
All right, we're going to pull Mr. Mayberry up here and see what happened from his perspective. Hey, Mr. Mayberry, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. How you got me?
How you doing, man?
Hey, we just want to see how that went for you there. We see that your crew chief's over your left-hand shoulder there, egging you on. She got you to the front, and but you were involved in a little bit of incident there between you and the outside line. What happened from your perspective?
I wasn't involved in it. I think they touched and they wrecked. I just steered clear of it. So I'm pretty sure I was clear of that.
Were you second in line in the middle line?
Yeah, second or third, I think. Yeah, I think I was second. Yeah, I was second. I was pushing whoever was in front of me. I think he hit somebody on the outside and they wrecked.
Okay, we'll have to go back and take a look at. We thought it looked like you were in the second line and maybe got up a little high coming out or into the turn, and there was some contact there. Yeah. But anyway, how's your night going so far? You were getting some grief from it looks like a nephew in the chat there.
Yeah. Lori, I actually had Renee text him the link. So he texted me while I was racing. What am I doing? So I asked Lori to do me a favor and send him the text.
So you're just looking to get punished in the text chat there.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they already got a picture. They were asking who's the hot blonde beside me.
Well, she's doing a good job keep getting you where you need to go. So, hey there, Ricky, what you got for Mr. Mayberry here?
Yeah, Dave, what do you think here in the last few laps? Are you going to be trying to push, or are you going to try to get out front?
Well, I'm going to be behind Eaton, and Osborne's going to be behind Albert, so it's going to be pretty tough up here. So I got Player will be behind me. He'll push because he's on Eaton's team. But yeah, it'll be interesting. We're going to have, about 5 to go? when
Yeah.
we're going to green.
So your teammate there, Kelly Kill, was he
Yeah.
knocked out with that accident? Is he out of the race?
Hey, he pitted. I think he had his fast repair left. I'm not sure. But I was on the borderline for gas until this caution came out.
Okay, so you're good to make it then.
I'm good now. Yeah, I think everybody up front was on borderline for gas.
All right, man. Before we drop you down, you want to give a shout out to your nephew there?
Yeah, what's up, Eric? I'll have to get you going in iRacing, buddy.
Yeah, bring it on. We need more drivers here in this series.
Yep.
This is an incredible series, talented drivers, but we are looking to push more into it. Thanks, Dave, for your time, buddy. About to go. You got one to green there. We're gonna let you focus. Good luck.
I'm gonna park it in Victory Lane.
We'll talk to you soon then.
All right, later.
That was your 29 truck of Dave Mayberry. Did we get that wrong, Ricky, when we were taking a look at the replay?
No, I think we're going to change. He's got the Crashberry nickname, but we also maybe need to start calling him the bifocal because he definitely slid up into that truck. Maybe he didn't feel it, but when he sees it after the race, he's going to realize that I think he may have just misjudged that into turn one a little more than he thought.
It feels different from inside the truck, as I can attest to. Sometimes I think, man, I just got wrecked by somebody. But when I look at the replay afterwards, I won't say that I'm always perfect because I'm not. But usually I'm perfect. Ricky, what do you think? You race with me.
Yeah, we except that one little incident we had at North Wilkesboro in the All-Star race, I think you're pretty good.
Yeah.
And the only reason I bring that up is because it took me out with you.
Yeah, we both ended up losing out on that deal. But it happens when you race as tight and competitive as we do in these leagues. But most of the time, it comes out on the positive side more often than not. We have to accept that occasionally we're going to misjudge something, but it's always fun. It can be frustrating, downright frustrating in the moment. But we always walk away. Most of these people in the league are more like brothers. We can be mad for a moment, but we're never going to get over it. And anytime we race together within the official series or against another league, yeah, I might be able to talk a little smack about my brother, but you can't come and mess with my brother.
Right. Yeah. It's like that's my brother. If I want to smack him around, that's okay. But you're definitely not going to.
That's right. It's a whole different deal there as we're getting ready to go. You see the pace truck pull off there. We got 7 to go. Going to be 6 to go at the line with Dustin Eaton in front with Mr. Anderson on the outside line. Eaton's is the control truck inside the restart zone. And we are green, back underway as the 14 gets a nice jump. No, the 99's actually doing better on the outside. Don't know what happened there. We'll see if there's a black flag for jumping to start, but I don't know that it was. I think maybe it was just a little bit of a poor start or spinning tires perhaps by the 14. But you can see they've recovered now with the 81-14 getting lined up and organized on that bottom line with Dave Mayberry in the 29 truck. Jumping to the outside. Good move if the 99 is going to stick with him because he's an incredible pusher. Old Dave Mayberry might get lucky. Like maybe Lucy is going to be his lucky charm to get him to victory lane.
We've got the solar eclipse back as the track's getting dark right here at the end. Now, that's going to be messing with them. Going from daylight to darkness and back. Hard to adjust your eyes. Especially when you get older. I have that problem. I don't think I'm that old.
No, not at all. Here we are, 5 to go, and you do have Mr. Mayberry out there, but that front not anymore. It's a seesaw battle, getting a little squirrely with the 99 pushing there. He's got to hang on to it.
Pushing for all he's worth, but if Mayberry stays squirrely, Albert will take the first chance he gets to take it 3 wide.
See how intense this is for Mayberry. He is focused, buddy. Actually on board on the left-hand side with the 99 truck pushing Mayberry while you're getting a look at Mayberry's, at Dave's onboard camera. With Lucy looking on. They're getting a momentum. See a tremendous push there on the outside. Sometimes those runs just come out of nowhere.
I'll tell you right out of nowhere, the 8 truck, he's getting some real big momentum kind of by himself. He's up on that 3rd lane and he's making some moves.
Mr. Colin Decker there, as you can see in the orange and black steel, number 8. 18 jumps up in front of him, looking to gain on that momentum on the outside line. And we are in it now, buddy. 3 wide. It's going to probably be this way until they wreck or finish the race.
Yeah, I think Player saw how fast that 8 truck was coming and said, hey, I want a little bit of that. Got up there into the 3rd lane. His teammate's leading on the bottom lane, so if he can get up there in the 3rd lane, maybe get clear, him and his teammate would be right together.
So all riding on board with Colin Decker right now. He's outside. Second truck on that outside line. Look how tight they are. They are touching in some instances between the 2nd and 3rd lanes. Oh, this is getting incredibly tense. Just a few laps to go. 3 to go right now.
Touching in most instances right now. Wow, everybody's, they're darting around way too much. I would be at the back of this pack thinking there's about to be a wreck. Oh, Mayberry banging off of the 8 truck.
The 8 truck, you're still on board with him, as you can see on your screen. Look at him just the shimmy in that steering wheel as he's going through the turn, trying to push the guy in front of him, maintain the truck on the track without hitting the wall. It's just getting really intense now.
Player to the lead and in front of his teammate. That's exactly where he wants to be with a couple laps to go.
Yes, it is 14.
They could just make it.
High there.
Oh, Mayberry with a hell of a shove by. Oh, wrecking behind.
Oh, no. I'm also aboard.
Upside
the 81
down.
to 22 I see in it. That might be a night ender for a couple of those trucks.
I think the 22 got all the way upside down and came back on his wheels.
Let's take a look at this in the chopper cam. We were saying it was getting intense, and this is the result. Well, it's like the 22 was maybe right in the middle of that Hornet's nest. Let's see if we can focus better on his truck so we can get you a good perspective here with Justin Brown. Back it up just a little bit more. He's kind of running offset to the 8. Perhaps that's so that he can cool his truck off. These trucks get hot really fast, and you got to do a combination of being aggressive and keeping your engine from blowing. And he goes down ever so slightly. Tom Barish is there in the 55, and then we're off to the races. The 22 gets another hit, goes over, and then they also collect the 81. The 2 of them seem to have gotten the worst of that situation.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been way worse for some other guys, but those 2 definitely got the worst of it. I don't know if the 22's taking his fast repair. I'm pretty sure Osborne had, and he hit the wall a ton, so he may be done.
Let me in the chat there. What a wreck. Eric C., what did I say? Oh, I don't know. I wonder what he said. We'll have to figure that out later. Lori says, we love Decker. Don't look back. Decker's coming from Jalemi as well. Jalemi's getting some good chat in here. Love what you guys are bringing to the sim scene. Well, thank you, Jalemi. We appreciate that. We are trying hard to highlight just these drivers and what they're doing, and we think they deserve it.
You know, the Anderson family out there probably hanging on the edge of their seat. Albert's still got a chance to win this, running 4th position.
Well, this is our 6th caution, but currently where we are in the race, you know what this means, Ricky. This is going to be the one opportunity they have at the green-white checker. So, folks, if you're not familiar, green-white checker is overtime for NASCAR. This league only has one because they don't, unlike the real world where it just turns into a nightmare. In some ways, it discredits the profession. They only give one opportunity. They do want to finish under green, but just one opportunity. What that means is you get 2 laps. You get the green flag and you take off. If you can get around to the white flag, the race is actually, in this case, there's only one opportunity. The race is over if there's a caution after they take the green. You go green, then the white, then you catch the checkered flag. And our hope is that we're able to watch them race it out to the very end. I think, Ricky, in the sim, if they're able to make it to the white flag, they allow them to race out that last lap. But if they don't make it to the white flag, it freezes the field where it's at. So critically important for whomever's up front here between Player and Mayberry, if there is going to be a caution on that first lap, that they have the nose in front of the other one.
Oh, for sure. And with Mayberry going to start on the outside of the front row, he's got Anderson pushing him, which is a guy that you definitely won't pushing him. But Player has Dustin Eaton pushing him, and that's a teammate. So I think, you know, and they're going to be able to coordinate the start, and Player gets to control the start. So I would think they're going to have a definite advantage on this restart, and that's going to play into it. And one thing, they're all 24 laps right now on gas. Now, I know we've had some cautions, but we're also in overtime. Are they going to make it?
That's a great point. Just increase the drama a little bit, right? So, yeah, are they going to make it? So even coming out of turn 4, your truck could stumble, and then there's going to be another winner. But most of these folks, if I take a quick look at when they went to the pits, they're on the same cycle, Ricky, but a lap 57 all the way down until you get to 11th position. Maybe those are going to be our 58, lap 58 and, for 11th and 12th. We're just talking Chris Gomes, Chris Klein. They may be able to come out of this if there is a fuel issue for these lead trucks and win the race.
Maybe my app could be incorrect, but I'm showing Colin Decker in 5th with only 9 laps on his tires.
You were right. I missed it. He went in on lap 72. You're right.
He's going to be able to go wide open.
Well, 8 might pull one out here. First win for this series.
We know Jalemi's out there cheering for him, so your boy he's probably got the most gas out there of the top drivers, if nothing else.
In fact, what we'll do is when we get ready to go green here, we'll go on board with the 8 truck. He is 3rd in line on that bottom. We'll see what happens there from his perspective as they get underway. It's nice to have a little drama here at the end of the race. I mean, I'm sure that the guys out there, when their hearts are pumping, they're getting ready to go green here. They're not necessarily happy about having the drama. They'd love to drive away, but hey, this is why we do it, why we race. We'll see if the 29 is able to pull out his first victory for this series, or the 8 truck, or is it going to be the birthday boy, Andy Player, in the 13 truck. Albert Anderson, America's driver, the super speedway king and specialist here. You cannot count him out. I would not be surprised he's not sticking with that 29 all the way through. If he gets a chance and someone's making a move on that outside line, he's probably going to take it. And you see the 88 truck of Mike Adamson, whom he pushes with very well and used to be teammates with, that could come into play.
Yeah, there's so many things that could happen here in the last lap and a half. The only thing that I hope is that we make it to the white flag before there's a wreck, so we can end this under green, because it'd be a shame to end such a good and exciting race under caution.
Yes, it would. It's been great here tonight, folks, and we're glad that you've been tuning in. We're already up to 72 views with 17 concurrent viewers right now, and lots of activity in the chat. We do appreciate that, and we appreciate you tuning in tonight and every Friday night if you can. As promised,
Our
we're
race
going to
director,
go on
Lori,
board here. Go ahead.
Our race director, Lori, says she's hearing some guys are low on gas, so that is... we're going to have to see if they're going to make it or not. You know, that could be the caution. Somebody stutters on gas, and you got a guy up under you, and they wreck. So, gosh, a lot of drama coming to green.
And here we are. We're on board the roof cam with Colin Decker. Definitely can make it on gas in the 3rd position on the bottom there, coming to the restart zone, led by Mr. Andy Player. But we are back underway. They get a good launch from that inside line. The 14 truck and the 13 of Player are teammates, and they're in the same chat, so that definitely was expected. But the 29 is holding pretty strongly on the outside. And you see that Colin is working it hard, working through the gears there. If we can make it back, ladies and gentlemen, that's the question.
Anderson dumps Mayberry on the back stretch, and he's going for it.
Kind of expected that. He's up there with
that outside lane.
Yep.
With Anderson and Adamson, they're going to have a really, really strong run as they come to the white flags. We'll have to see if they can get up there to the lead.
Looks like Tom Barish leading that outside line in the 55 truck. We'll see if they're able to get any momentum. I don't think so. They're only a couple of trucks deep there.
Will Player, and no, they're not going to block. They're going to let him go to the outside. I don't know. I maybe would have ran up there and blocked him.
And it's on now. You got Anderson, the king of super speedways, on that outside line, being pushed by one of the best of the 88 truck of Mike Adamson. Question is, are they going to stay together to the... Oh, no.
Oh, Player gets turned, but he holds on to it, and that's going to take them out of the race.
And there goes Colin Decker, unfortunately, along with Dustin Eaton and others.
Watch Mayberry. Watch Mayberry. He's getting pushed by Klein. Will they make it a run for the win?
Here we go. They're wrecking behind them. We are going to stay green to the line. Is Mayberry going to pull this off?
Mayberry surging.
Mayberry takes
He
home the
did
win.
it.
He made it all the way. Incredible run by Mr. Mayberry. Great job, Dave. I guess Lucy is his good luck charm. And he had his nephew watching there. Dave, if you're listening or watching the broadcast, give us a wave, buddy. Congratulations. You are the winner of the Talladega Superspeedway for round 5 of the Vigilante Vanquish Series. What a run there, Ricky.
That was especially after Anderson hung him out on the backstretch on that restart. I thought Mayberry was smoked and dusted, and he gets a heck of a push by Klein and gets back to the lead. That just shows you never know. It comes down to the last 100 yards at Talladega.
It does. And who was pushing him at the end there? Was that Chris Klein?
Chris Klein was giving him a really good push.
He needs to give that man a cold one after this race is over. Anytime we win at these racetracks, it's not only by yourself, it's by your pusher. But you got to put yourself in position. And Dave was able to do that tonight, put himself in position. Got some good advice from his crew chief, Lucy, there, and made sure that he was ready to take the victory as it presented itself. And now we're watching him do some burnouts here. Burn it down there, Mr. Mayberry. I know you're watching.
He's out of gas. He can't.
Oh, he's out of gas. Actually,
he's out of gas.
He was just giving us we'll get him up here and get an interview real quick. We'll actually keep his driver cam up. We're going to go to a quick break, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back to get that interview. Your race winner, the 29 truck of Mr. Dave Mayberry.
This is VRN, your trusted leader in e-motorsports.
In a world filled with adversaries, one man wades through the pack to claim glory. Albert Anderson, America's driver and Season 7's winningest competitor.
I got a full sooner rather than get America.
What the hell?
Good win, Albert. Good win.
Boy, Albert, good win, dude.
Hell yeah, you can never tweet, dude.
Damn, Albert, good job, buddy. That was freaking close.
Good job, Albert.
We're still doing no 3 wide on the restart, right?
That's right, no 3 wide for the first lap.
He did. That was going to be a hell of a drag race coming off the board.
Good job, Albert. Good win again.
You bringing home another trophy, baby?
Yep, clear off another spot.
I got you, boo.
Vigilante Race fans. It's Alan and Ricky. We're back from the break and getting ready to interview your first place winner, Dave Mayberry. Hey, Ricky, you ready to do this? He's going to be excited.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for this one.
All right, we'll get him up here in the booth. Hey, Dave, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got us. Dave, you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now, buddy. Hey, incredible win there. We were talking to you a little earlier in the race. How'd you pull this off, and what was the key to the race?
Well, Albert, I hope you're listening, because it wasn't any help from him. Did you see him leave me? And
Yes,
scoot
we
around
did.
on the outside? Yeah, man. That was dirty. But I don't know. Once he did that, I just kept my foot into it, and I tried to side draft the heck out of, I don't know, I think it was Eaton and maybe Adamson. I don't know. And then I don't know who pushed me at the end.
It was that 18 truck pushed you to the win there, buddy.
Yeah, who was that?
Chris Klein.
Chris Klein.
Thanks, Chris. Shout out to Chris. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, you got to figure that 99 is going to go for the win there, buddy. So we kind of predicted
Yeah,
that he was going to go to the outside.
I know, man. Yeah.
He had the 88 behind him, and they used to be teammates. So it was like, oh, I don't know if this is going to work out for Dave, but hey, man, it might have been a blessing in disguise. Chris came up there and got on your rear deck and pushed you to this win.
Yeah, I know. I thought once Albert left me, I thought it was all over. But
yeah, we kind of did too.
Yeah, I did fall back quite a bit. I don't know, probably about 3 rows back. But then just being in the middle, I guess. I don't know if the draft helped, but I think the side drafting, going in 3 and 4, I think that's what got me going.
I don't know, because we didn't have the camera on you at the moment, but when there was that accident, were you having to dodge any of that to be able to come through and win this race? I don't recall.
No, the last one, no, I was in front of that. I think Kelly might have been in it, but I was in front of that. And then coming around to go do some burnouts, I ran out of gas, so no burnout. Sorry.
Well, we knew it was going to be close on gas. We were actually kind of contemplating if this was going to come down to fuel mileage, as everyone was pretty tight. But I'm going to kick it over to Ricky and see what he's got for the tonight's winner, the 29.
Yeah, Dave, good job. I was watching you there when Albert hung you out to dry on the backstretch, and you dropped all the way back. I don't know if you know this. You were in 10th position at one point before you started rebounding. Chris Klein grabbed your bumper, and he held on to it the whole rest of the race. So you owe that guy a Pepsi after this one.
Yeah, I knew I'd drop back. I didn't know how far, and you know how it is with 1 or 2 to go. You can't look backwards, and I was just focused forward, and I didn't even know it was Chris pushing me. So I owe Chris one. Thanks, buddy. Good job.
Yeah, man. So just so you know, in the chat there, you're getting all kinds of congratulations there from Mr. Senior Papa Anderson. Wow, heck of a race. Congrats, Dave. Great race. Proud of you, man. So you got the Anderson clan pulling for you there. And then Kyle Vaught's in the chat as well, saying, let's go, Mayberry. Mr. Anderson saying, almost pulled it off again, son. Pulling for Albert Anderson there. Edith saying, proud of you. Congrats to you. Proud of her nephew, rather. Lori's saying great win as well, and a fantastic race overall. So, and then Albert Anderson, don't cry, Mayberry, you won. What do you think about that?
Yeah, Albert. I gave him shit in the race when he left me. I was like, Albert, you dog, you man. When he left me high and dry. It's like, God.
It's always a feeling of like, man, why did you leave me, man? But we always have to remind ourselves as racers, we have to be selfish to win these things. And hey, you were selfish 100%. Tonight, and you won it.
Yep.
What else you got for him before I hit some last questions for him, Ricky?
No, Dave, just a good job. It's always good to see guys, mix it up. And I know that you've been a long-time member of the league, and you pulled off another one. So I'm just real proud of you, buddy.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're a grinder, man, and it's paying off for you. You've gotten so much better, and you're winning races. Real proud of this win for you. So before we get you off of here, so did you have any shout-outs for teams, fans, or family?
Yeah, I want to give some shout-outs to my friends in Pennsylvania. I am pretty sure Eric was watching, and Jessica. And Chris, appreciate you pushing me, buddy. And I got to give a shout-out to Renee, our admin, and of course to you guys, man. Thank you very much. And Kelly and I, we didn't really get to work much together, but I know Kelly, I think, got caught up in a couple accidents, but it happens at these tracks. But no, thanks for doing the broadcast, guys. They're amazing. You guys got to put your feelers out there and start making some money doing this.
We're just proud to highlight this league, buddy. So we're gonna cut it here. We got to get some more league business here. But congratulations once more, and take care, Dave.
All right.
That was your race winner, Mr. Dave Mayberry. Well, any closing thoughts, Ricky, before we close this out?
No, that was great. That was a good race. Maybe a couple more cautions than we'd like to see, but it's Talladega, and that's part of it. And at the end of the race, we still had, 16 guys with a chance to win. Mayberry was 6th on the last lap, 9th or 10th, 2 laps to go, and he wins the race. So that's why you watch Talladega. It was definitely a Friday the 13th.
Definitely it was. So for the race results before we close it out here, as you saw, Dave Mayberry was able to pull off the win in the 29 truck. 2nd place, Chris Klein. Albert Anderson bringing it home in 3rd position. Mike Adamson in 4th. Andy Player in the 5th position. Didn't quite get the lucky Friday the 13th win tonight, Ricky, but he had a top 5 finish. 6th place was Jesse Graham. I think that was Jesse Chip Graham. And then Paul Durkee comes in 7th position. Justin Lawson in 8th. And Jonathan Osborne in 9th position. Chris Gomes bringing it home in the 10th position. Over to you, Ricky.
11th was Jeremiah Burke. Tom Barish, 12th. Andrew Coffin, 13th. Justin Brown in 14th. Dustin Eaton, 2nd. Going on the white flag lap, but gets turned on the back stretch. Comes home 15th. Last truck on the lead lap. 16th, Colin Decker. 17th, John Gallagher. And Kelly Kill in 18th.
And unfortunately, Trevor Robertson, I don't think actually made it in tonight. He got disconnected. And Nick Tucker had some issues as well, bringing it home in 19th position. What a race, Ricky. I'm real happy about this one. Good to see a new winner in the Vanquish series. Looking forward to next week as we get ready to go racing again. I want to thank everybody out there in YouTube land for tuning in, for giving us lots of chats and likes, and plenty of views. Come out next Friday and pull for your favorite driver. And with that, one last note for you. Race fans, we're going to wrap it up. But remember, racing fast and living free is the American way. Good night, VRL.
This ain't your mama's racing stream.